Welcome back to the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube. I'm Carson Cash, joined by Zach Lewis and Tim Kirkchin for another bottom half of this inning. We've got the Valley League in the defensive set now. Dimitri will be the air pitcher of choice for tonight. He'll make up the battery together with one of his teammates on the other side. Dimitri out of the likes of Rollins College. The Waynesboro Generals right-hander has got a 1.35 ERA and a .8 whip. A lot of great pitchers in this league, and Dylan Melton, the FAU commit out of UMBC, a great season there with a first-team All-America East performance in his freshman year, redshirt freshman year, will lead off for the Ripken League.
Yeah, Dylan Melton is followed by Brennan Wright at the big train, Colin Lott after him, Zach Malvazio follows Cal Johnson as well, Alejandro Vasquez after him, Gabriel Pegues, Andrew Duncan, and Cole McKenna finishes up the bottom of the lineup.
Melton, the big part of this only lineup, and you know, for a lot of these guys in Summer League, how important is summer ball for these guys to get into that kind of trying to go professional or even development-wise outside of baseball? What do you think summer ball kind of teaches these guys?
It's critical. Former Princeton baseball coach Scott Bradley told me he recruited a couple kids last year and said, "Where are you playing this summer?" And they said, "Oh, we don't play in the summer. We just work out in the summer. We hit and we lift." And he said, the only way to get better in this game is to play the game. And that's why it's so important. Summer leagues like this, you get to play more games. Because you're not going to learn how to hit the cutoff man if you're just hitting the cage all day. You're not going to learn how to run the bases if you're just lifting weights all day. I can't stress this enough. The game is so difficult to play. The only way to get better at it is to play as many games as you can against the best competition that you can. So when you go back to school, in August, you will have said, "Hey, I saw this kid who had a slider I've never seen before."
Yeah, it's interesting. You get so many looks at so many new pitches, and obviously from the right and left side, there's guys who throw a slider a completely different way at a completely different level. A D3 slider might look something like a curveball to you just because it'll drop more because it's got less velo. So it's very interesting. Brennan Wright is one of those guys who's kind of moved up. He spent 2 years at JUCO, a JUCO college in Mississippi, and has made his way to South Alabama. The Starksville, Mississippi native, his second All-Star appearance, as that one gets away from the man behind the backstop. And very quickly, it's an advance for Melton to second.
Right, and there's no telling when you go to an all-star game like this. You might run into someone that you don't know because he's not on your team, but for this day, he is. So you see something that he does and say, "Show me how you grip that, that four-seamer or whatever you want to do," and you can learn stuff from the guys you're playing on a team with, even if it's just for one day.
It's all about learning, I think, for a lot of these guys, and it is very nice to see guys who are committed to winning as much as they are in a league that sometimes it does feel like, I think, to certain guys that winning doesn't matter because they know they're here to learn, they know they're here to hone their craft, and I think winning is a craft.
I think so, too, and I think we've gotten away a little bit in the minor leagues that were there to develop players as opposed to winning. And if I may, it worries me a little bit with some of our travel teams in high school. I know when I was in high school, the goal was to win the state championship at the school, as opposed to these travel teams where you don't even play for your high school. If I may, I'm not sure that's a healthy development.
I think in the game benefits on all aspects, and the players that really make it are the players that want to win no matter what. I mean, like it's not baseball, but a player like Kobe Bryant, you see that kind of mentality, and that's the kind of players that make it the biggest because they want to do everything in their power to not lose.
Right. Yeah. I know a scout friend of mine who asked the kid, "All right, where'd you play in high school? Where'd you play in college? And how'd your teams do?" And when he finds a kid who won a state championship in high school and in college, he says, "Hey, this kid's a winner maybe."
Ground ball to second, back over to first. Wright does move the base runner over, so he'll get some high fives as Melton goes to third. Colin Lott, the Metro South County catcher, who just committed to Western Michigan. So he'll play his college ball in Kalamazoo now after some seasons in South Dakota for North State. But that's a big thing, I think, is I write for the White Sox, and obviously it's a young team that hasn't won before. So you see a lot of they aren't used to winning, so can they keep winning? And I think at the minor league level, what you'll notice is that these younger players who are so used to playing in these minor league teams that are losing or winning all the way up, I think it's a great experience because if you're paying attention and trying to win games every day, it's going to affect you whether you win or lose. And at the big league level, if you're not ready for it to affect you, then it can become very dangerous, I think. And this is where these guys learn that, especially at college, is if you can take that ability to learn how to win and lose.
Absolutely. Winning is still the name of the game, and I know several franchises, several teams out there that they look at the one-loss record of all their minor league teams and say, look, we're doing really well. Our kids are learning how to win games in the minor leagues. That is really important.
On misses inside, good swashbuckling save. Catcher to his right. Dimitri on the mound for Waynesboro this season's been very good. We mentioned a sub-1 whip. So pretty elite in that aspect, as he's been a starter. A lot more relievers for them as well. They have had a lot of good relief pitchers. Cal Ripken Sr. League weirdly has a 4 ERA among our relievers and a 3.3 for starters who've just been going, as Colin Lott, big wave and a miss at that breaking ball.
And I covered Cal Ripken Sr. when I covered the Orioles for the Baltimore Sun, and he was the manager for a year and a half or so. And I learned so much from him. He taught what they call the Oriole way, because nobody taught the fundamentals of the game better than Cal Ripken Sr. So it's very fitting that a league like this is named after somebody who gave his life to baseball. And he was also, I believe, the toughest man I've ever met in a major league uniform. He got hit in the cheek with a line drive during batting practice in Boston once. The trainer came out thinking Cal Sr. is dead. He gets out there, blood is spurting out of his cheek, and he looks at the trainer and goes, "What are you doing out here? I haven't finished my round yet." He finished his round of batting practice with blood spurting out of his face, went to the hospital, got it sewed up, and was back in the coach's box at third base in the third inning of the game.
Wow.
So this league is named after that guy, a guy who taught everyone how to play the game, and a guy who was as tough as any man I've ever seen in a major league uniform.
Speaking, a lot of people's favorite players really are those gritty guys. I mean, you just love to see players who are really willing to put everything on the line for a game, for a play, especially make the diving save, put their body in front of the ball.
That's why when you have a guy like, first guy that comes to mind, he's one of the most beloved players in franchise history in Boston. Dustin Pedroia is exactly that, and people love that guy because he was the kind of guy who just would always try as hard as he could, was super tough, played through very big.
And he had a rule, he had to be at the ballpark 8 hours before the game started. So for a 7 o'clock game, he would get there at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And once a year, they would play an 11 a.m. game on Patriots Day. And Dustin Pedroia would get to the ballpark at 3 o'clock in the morning because those were the rules for him. I get to the ballpark 8 hours before the game starts. So he had to alert the clubhouse kids. I'll be in tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the morning. You better have everything ready. That's what he did in order to advance at his size and everything else. Amazing.
Well, Vazio is swinging a miss. That will end the inning. Thank you so much for getting on the broadcast with us. I hope our viewers at home really enjoyed that. It's not often you get to talk with a guy
Keep up the good work,
like
fellas.
him.
Keep broadcasting.
Thank you very much.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Jacob Gold here with the Ripken Report at the All-Star Game. Brennan Wright. Brennan, how are you doing today?
I'm just fantastic. I'm very blessed to be out here today.
So this is your second All-Star selection. Just tell me how that feels.
I mean, it's incredible, getting to represent Bethesda Big Train here at home stadium, representing the best summer league in around with the Cal Ripken League against the Valley League today. It's just an awesome experience.
So that brings me to my second question is, you guys are at Povich. You're a part of the Big Train program. How does it feel to see guys from just another league here at this ballpark and, you're representing this entire league? How does that feel?
I think it's awesome, especially being able to play with guys from all across the country, guys from different backgrounds, not only from this league, but also a league kind of neighboring next to us. I think it's pretty awesome that we're able to do this, and thank you to all our commissioner and the Valley League commissioner for getting able to do this. It's cool getting to play against guys that maybe on your own team back at school, or guys that you've played against at school, but you're in different leagues, and now you're getting to play each other, which is pretty cool.
That is really neat to see, the cross, NCAA rivalries almost, or teammates coming together here. And one more question for you. This is kind of a fun one. Obviously, this is for the love of the game. What moment made you love baseball the most?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Honestly, probably just playing with my little brother growing up, playing with my dad or my mom. My mom hitting me ground balls growing up. Dad throwing me BP growing up, just spending time with my brother as we both share love for this game together. I think that's probably what ultimately has drawn me to this game.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
it. Make sure to go watch Ripken Report on YouTube.
Hello and welcome back to the Cal Ripken Senior League All-Star Game, where the Cal Ripken Senior League will take on the Valley League. I'm Carson Cass with Zach Lewis on my left. We just had Tim Kirkchin in the booth if you want to go back and watch that first inning. But new man on the mound for this side is Brody Juntunen, the Orland, Florida native, He'll be wearing number 25 in these All-Star uniforms, just like he did for the Southern Maryland Senators.
One of quite a few guys from FAU in this Cal Ripken Senior League. So far with the Southern Maryland Senators, he has started 3 games, played in 5, 19 innings pitched, so he goes for a long time when he gets in there. 17 strikeouts and an ERA of 1.42, so he has come in and been very effective for the Southern Maryland Senators, who got hot for a while there as brought in Bud Coombs.
Greg Caban in, the lefty batting catcher from Florida Southwestern, one of 2 Florida Southwestern catchers on this All-Star team, the other being Julian Braga. Caban has had a very good year. He's out of Miami Gardens, Florida. A season, he's entering his junior year with Eastern Kentucky, where he actually played the battery a lot with the Big Train's own Bradley Gagan. As that is a swing and a miss there from Juntunen, and quickly into an 0-2 count is Caban. Caban catching tonight. He'll be trailed by Brody Connors, Vincenzo Cusat, with Jonathan Malo and Caden Haywood and Matthew Dimitri pitching on the mound right now. We'll see if that continues as we've got a man warming in the pen. But Valley League and Big Trains, Valley League, and Cal Ripken Senior League. First time they have played an All-Star game against each other in some serious times.
Yeah, and the history between these 2 leagues being that the Shenandoah Valley League wanted to discontinue the All-Star game against the Cal Ripken Senior League is it didn't turn into a very even matchup with the Cal Ripken Senior League winning majority of those matchups, but I think they've grown their game, and as summer collegiate ball as a whole has grown, agreeing to another game. And it seems already to be a sort of even match here, good players from both sides. So
Caban hits this one high and deep to right. It is foul. Well hit ball. Caban is been very good this season at power at the plate as well. 3 homers, 23 RBIs. Ball leaves the park a lot more in the Valley League for whatever reason. It's a bit more humid down there, but also the ballparks do not have as tall a wall as a lot of these do. If you're familiar with Southern Maryland's North Point High School Stadium, it's a lot more similar to there. Caban watches Juntunen miss in a 2-2 count very quickly.
kind of a cool thing about baseball just in general is that every ballpark you go to can be slightly different, have slightly different proportions, and kind of have to adapt your game for the environment you're in. Valley Leaguers maybe realizing they're going to have to hit it a little harder if they want to get it out of the park tonight.
So 3 Brodies, by the way, in this lineup as Caban tattoos this one into right. Malvasio going back on it. 1-0 Valley League. This one is gone.
And that's an incredible strike there. He gets all of that one. As we said, he needed to maybe find a little more to get out of the park. He found all of it there, and he sent that one flying over the right side fence, right over the numbers, signifying important players for the Big Train in their history. Incredible home run to open up the scoring in this All-Star game.
Yeah, it's been lefties dominating this league, as out of every single position player they have, there is 2 righties. One of them coming up right now. It's going to be the likes of Brody Connors after Gregory Caban starts this inning with a home run off of Brody Juntunen. He was actually pretty familiar with it, unfortunately. That park is small where Southern Maryland plays. The FAU product has had some balls leave the park despite having a very good record on the season, a 1.42 ERA and 3-0 in appearances. First pitch in there to the righty Connors. Connors is out of the Winchester Royals. They lead their league on the other side. He's left the ballpark 0 times, more of a slap-hitting guy. 0-1. That one misses. Still kind of surreal we had Tim Kirkchin in the booth earlier, but we will have other guests. In the bottom of the 4th, we will have Ali for the only crop dusters, as an only crop duster. Hartman takes the mound then. 1-1. Misses outside.
Well, no runs scored in top and bottom of the first inning. Couple of defensive plays there to keep both sides. Bryce Dolby, the starting pitcher for the Cal Ripken Sr. League, stays scoreless.
It's a hard iron ball up the middle, handled by Wright, back over to first, and that is an out. Yeah, that defense could not really help on Caban's shot there.
Yeah, there's not really anything you can do as that one just goes over your head.
Caban hit that one very hard. Another lefty now, as Vincenzo Cusat will trail after the 4-3 ground out. Cusat this season, he's been with the Purcellville Cannons, which is, I think, the best logo, or the best uniform they have to offer here in this league. I mean, both leagues, really. A maroon jersey with a white pinstriping? Wow.
The white pinstripes all the way down on the maroon really just look classic, and I spotted it in batting practice, and I was just, that's the best jersey we see here tonight.
1-0. That one misses inside. Cusat this season, 14 RBIs for those very Cannons, who were runners-up last year. To Charlottesville, the Tom Sox, who started the season out 0-7 actually, but has made their way back to 500. Their broadcasters were telling me today. 2-0. Ground ball right side, or line drive right side, gets down foul.
Maybe a little bit of a similar trajectory between the Tom Sox and the Big Train in this season, both the kind of reigning champions and pillars of the league who had slower starts, but have now come back and been ruling the league like people expect them to.
That one missing, so a 3-1 count from Jinton, and he's trying to get out of this inning after Caban tattooed a ball. Around the league, Bethesda leads 19-8 in this entire Cal Ripken Sr. League. 18-9 Crop Dusters trail. But behind them, it's the Southern Maryland Senators. They've been very good. Just interesting to see at that top of the range. That top three is very interesting because it kind of feels like suddenly, you mentioned coming back out of nowhere, the Big Train have now really the top dog after beating only at the start of the season.
Yeah, I mean, the game against Ole on July 3rd, a really crucial match in the standings there, and a good win last night against Gaithersburg away at their place. So been effective home and away. It hasn't really bothered the Big Train, and they've really just gotten the ball rolling with a really solid team.
Foul backwards on the full count. They'll dance again. As Juntanen can't beat him with the fastball. It's 1-0 Valley League here on the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube, where we've got plenty of all-star action for you today. Some guests from around the Cal Ripken Senior League, as well as the Ripken Report's very own Jacob Gold coming on later. Now the 3-2, full count. Big swing and a miss. He cuts down Cusat, and that's a good inside breaking ball.
Yeah, big swing and a miss at that one. The movement on that one a little too much there. Good strikeout there. Something interesting, what would you say is the mentality for pitchers who know they're going up against every single guy who here is hitting well this season? You're not going to see a cold guy in the lineup.
Yeah, that's a big thing, I think, with these all-star games is if these guys are trying as hard as they possibly can, and honestly at this level they likely are because it's a good way to show off that you could hit anyone. It's interesting because you can see some guys who are seriously talented as the 1-0 will miss to the next batter, Jonathan Mallow. Mallow is committed to Potomac State in West Virginia. Sorry, played at Potomac State in West Virginia last year. They're redshirted there. He's a rising senior now. Played at Millersville previously with some other members of this Cal Ripken League as the 2-0 from Juntanen. High fly ball, left field, and foul.
Well, there's not really any let-off for these pitchers in this game as they, will just face multiple double-digit RBI total guys over and over again, just back-to-back in the season.
So 2-1 now from Juntanen. This one's hit well into center field. Malvasio, after it at the wall, he's going to get there and fly out to very deep in right center. Mallow almost goes yard, but a little short of where Caban had that ball all the way into the service road behind the stadium. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube in just a moment.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Jacob Gold here with the Ripken Report. I'm here with Andrew Duncan of the Olney Crop Dusters, representing the Ripken League here at the All-Star Game. It was your first selection to the All-Star Game ever. So tell us what's going through your head.
just really excited to be out here, meeting some new guys from around the league. Yeah, no, I mean, it was a good first half of the season. Obviously, it's a goal to be out here playing an extra game. Yeah, no, really excited. Really nice meeting all these guys and looking forward to playing.
So you grew up around here. You know, you played baseball at Georgetown Prep before going to the Duke Blue Devils. Tell me how it feels to represent here in Bethesda with the Valley League from teams all over, you know, Virginia, PA, all these places.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little surreal. I remember coming here, going to Big Train as a camper. I remember playing on some of these fields around us, the smaller fields with the BCC team. Yeah, but it's crazy. I mean, it's kind of full circle getting to play out on this field that I kind of grew up watching in the stands. But yeah, it's really awesome, really cool.
That's awesome. And that'll lead me into my third question. What is your favorite childhood memory of baseball?
It's tough to beat Cooperstown as a 12U. I remember going there with some of my best friends, and yeah, I mean, that's just a great experience. We had a pretty good time there, won a few games, and yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat Cooperstown.
Awesome. Well, hey, good luck today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To the Cal Ripken Senior League Collegiate Baseball YouTube. I'm Garson Cash, joined by Zach Lewis on my left. Had a guest earlier. We'll have some guests later. But for now, it'll be a new man on the mound for their side of things. Trying to see the number here, but I believe it is going to be the likes of Jonathan Strochecker. Yes, it will be. Out of Palmyra, Pennsylvania, the JMU pitcher, righty, will get an opportunity here with 1.32 ERA. He's been pretty good this year, man.
Yeah, he's played for the Stoughton Braves, pitched there in 5 games, all started, so he's just a born starter here. 27.1 innings pitched, 33 strikeouts in those innings, so this is a strikeout guy, and as well has a 1.32 ERA. So
it's Cal Johnson, the Big Train's all-star, hits one right between the first baseman and the second baseman. Nothing they could do about that one, as it's a good single to lead things off for the man who has been just so powerful at the top of this Big Train lineup. Kind of a little bit of a slump right now, but he's been very good. 5 home runs on the year, ties 4 others for second.
yeah, he had a minute where he was maybe dealing with a little bit of injury and wasn't as effective. So came back and hit some huge home runs for the Big Train and crucial moments. Had 2 against the Grays in a game.
Sawed off. It's literally the same hit from the man behind him, Alejandro Vasquez of the Metro South County Braves. Cal Johnson on his horse to third. He's safe. Throw is offline from right. And the Big Train's third base, or shortstop, excuse me, has got himself at third base, courtesy of a Metro South County Brave.
That's a great hit in the same spot, a little slap shot hit. But if you've ever tuned into a Big Train game where Cal Johnson was on the bases, this team, you will have heard about how quick this guy is. That's not normally a place where you take an extra base, but he actually has just so much speed on the bases and able to get all the way there over to third.
He walked off on Father's Day, a game that was the Cal Ripken Senior League Game of the Week for a second-place matchup between the Big Train, who were fighting for that spot. Now on a 10-game win streak, Bethesda is in a really interesting spot where they're kind of chasing a record right now that we'll go over later. They will actually do trivia in the stadium. I will wait till they reveal it then, but I will give the trivia question now. What team has had the longest win streak in Cal Ripken Senior League history? Obviously, not something that a lot of me or you would know. Typically, I got this from the actual program, but something if you're a big Cal Ripken Senior League fan, we'll talk about next inning. We'll reveal that. 1-1. Sawed off, goes off the foot of the man behind Vasquez, the only all-star from the only position player all-star from Silver Spring, Tacoma, Gabriel Pagis.
And as you mentioned, a lot of big happenings around the park today, as league enjoying hosting the All-Star game and having the Valley League here and their fans and their family to watch what's a really just an incredible day. And we're lucky that the rain is held off for now for us.
Yeah, we'll hope the same, as this one's a bouncing ball, right side. Not going to get all the way past, but he will beat him out at first. Pagis very quick, and he shows it there. He'll tie this ball game as Cal Johnson is driven home.
Cal Johnson standing up, gets through on the plate. Score opens for the Cal Ripken Senior League by the Bethesda Big Train man, Gabriel Pagis, with a nice hit to advance.
At the bottom of, the seconds here, excuse me. Now a 1-1 ball game after good defensive start from both sides. And Not what they were hoping for on the other side for Jonathan Strohker. Excuse me. Strohker is a pretty good pitcher out of James Madison. 1.32 ERA, a 1.0 whip. Only 4 earned runs in 27 innings. This guy's been dominant, as now with first and second, Andrew Duncan, the power-hitting Duke left fielder, will hit one foul.
Yeah, and the pitching has been very strong in the Valley League so far this season. Lots of guys with ERAs under 2 in double-digit innings pitched. So these guys have been really effective. It's been quite the pitching duel between teams in the league.
So now an 0-2 count. Duncan half swing. Did he go? He did not. Big Train will hopefully play this game next year in Charlottesville at the Tom Sock Stadium. Excuse me, the Cal Ripken Sr. League. We're the Big Train broadcasters. We were very lucky to be selected by the Cal Ripken Sr. League here, and sometimes you get back into old habits. As Olney's Andrew Duncan fouls one backwards. He's ranked 23 tonight. Big Train.
Well, you know, not only are we at our home field and in our home booth, and we have several of our guys that we've been used to calling all season are on the field, but we are here representing the league and very happy to be doing so today. And
yeah, very lucky to have Tim Kirkchin in the booth earlier. If you want to watch that first inning, it's very cool. We can just go do that on YouTube. You can go scroll back to the start of the ball game here, where we talked about the state of baseball as it is, state of college baseball and summer baseball, and what might impact it in the future. Hope that something that a lot of you are interested in back home, as the 1-2 now after Duncan fought one off.
Talk a lot about the winning mentality you can install in these players, and seeing so far that these players from both teams are looking to come in and win this game, not just play, not just give a good appearance for an all-star game, but they're taking it seriously, and they want to win with their team here.
Yeah, we'll go over the defensive linemen very quickly for the Valley League. We did not get the chance to do so in the first. Haywood, Carroll, and Melton make up the center. Left, center, and right positions. April Gath at short, Mallow at second. Connors and Cassett are going to man the corners, as Caban will make up the battery, or did with his teammate earlier. He's now got Jonathan Strohker, who is on the other side of the league with Waynesboro. As this one's hit hard in the left, it's going to be a liner. Gets down, chasing after. It's Haywood. One runner will score. The other one rounds on the misplay from Haywood. He runs past it, and the runner will get there with ease. Over to third is Duncan. Play at third. He is out. So the first out of the inning as he tried to extend a double into a triple.
Cal Ripken Sr. bats start flying. More runs scored there. 2 more get in, as a big hit from the only man sends 2 of his teammates home, but tries to be a little too aggressive on that one, and the slide into third not quite in time.
Duncan on a bit of a cold streak as well with Olney, who has struggled since their loss to the Big Train, 1-2 in their last 3 games. As that one just outside. So started off for Cole McKenna, the lone representative on the position player side, designated hitting for Gaithersburg. 1-0. Righty Stroker misses a bit low, and Caban has to come up with it. Caban, a tandem of 2 Florida Southwestern catchers on this league side. This one, liner down the left field side, gets down right foul. For Cole McKenna, hitting .349 on the years. Really been fighting to try and keep this Gaithersburg squad in things. They're not as far as they wanted to be. They had first place down at a 6-2 record at one point. Since they've tailed off as everybody around them has gotten hot, that being Olney and Bethesda. McKenna out of West Deptford, New Jersey. It's his first All-Star selection. He just committed to Longwood as well.
It's been a really great season for McKenna. Didn't have the night he would want to last night against the Big Train. He gets a hold of that one.
Tattooed right up the middle. It's a great hit. You exactly said it right. Got a hold of it, and, you know, as Barry Bonds said in his interview as a hitting coach, he just caught the ball with the bat instead of the catcher with his glove. So, single, Big Train 4 hits, in Bethesda, the Cal Ripken Sr. League. 5 hits in a row in this bottom second inning. Dylan Melton now the leadoff man to come back up with 1 out after Duncan was extinguished on the double. He tried to turn into a triple. That will be scored, obviously, as a double that they did not get there, obviously. But for Olney, it's interesting. They're in the dugout together with these Big Train players, and there's been some rivalry at the top of the league so far this year.
I think rivalries, maybe putting it a little mildly, there's been several games that have gotten pretty heated. Obviously, it all ends in friendly contests, but these games, I mean, these players care and the coaches care, and so both of these, I think, coaching staffs, both for Olney and Big Train in the Ripken League, are animated guys, and they care a lot about their team and their team winning and getting the best out of their guys. And so, yeah, we've had several games both here and at Olney, between Bethesda and Olney, that have been heated matchups with their teammates today.
That one missing a bit low to Dylan Melton. He is wearing number 1 tonight, which I think is funny. Not a very first base number, but Melton has put up numbers preceding a number 1 player as he sees the 1-0 now. He's got a pretty wide stance. He gets under one over to the right side. Pretty good double play ball, but they're going to have to just take one at first after Mallow kind of can't come up with it initially. So 1 out there. Could have been 2, but 2 outs total as Dylan Melton grounds out to the left side.
Well, Melton is not successful in his reach there. Yeah, before him, though, Cole McKenna able to advance to second base.
So Melton, pretty interestingly, he just grounded out, but we'll talk a little about how good he has been. One of the guys you were anticipating to be very good this year. 15 games this season, 322 average. And we'll actually be right back on the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube. We'll have a new pitcher as Strohooker can't get out of the second inning.
Welcome back to the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube. We are in an all-star matchup between the Cal Ripken Sr. League and the Valley League of Virginia and North Carolina. On the mound for the Valley League, new pitcher Tyler Oakes out of Western Carolina University, playing for the Winchester Royals.
Bats lefty, throws righty. First pitch missing to the second Big Train All-Star in this Big Train All-Star at second today, Brennan Wright. Wright pretty good this season. It's his second time being selected as he was a first-team All-Cal Ripken Senior League player last year. 1-0. It's kind of swinging bunt right side. Pretty good one as that one over to first, and that will get the third out of the inning. Brennan Wright can't come together as it's a good play from Caban behind the dish. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube as Big Train take a 3-1 lead.
What's going on, everybody? Jacob Gold here with the Ripken Report, here with Daniel McInness. Daniel, you represent the Alexandria Aces. You've been hitter of the week. You've done all the Cal Ripken Senior League stuff. How does it feel to represent the Cal Ripken League at the All-Star Game and kind of take your game to the next level against a team like the Valley League?
Well, I just want to say that I want to give all my glory to God, because without him, I wouldn't be able to do anything. But I'm really humble. I have a great support staff over here with Alexandria Aces. My family really believes in me, and I think it's just a great opportunity to show like the people that believe in me, like the hard work's paid off.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And I have a fun one for you.
Uh-huh.
What is your favorite MLB team?
Favorite MLB team is Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh, that is the best answer we've gotten today.
Thank
And
you.
I do want to ask how to feel if you were to ever just even step foot on Citizens Bank Park's field.
It would be a dream come true. It really would be a dream come true. It'd be a lot of hard work going into that, and it would just be a dream come true.
Would you say this is a step towards that dream?
Oh, 100%. The Cal Ripken League. It's a really great experience. To face top level arms, to showcase your talent, and I'm having a lot of fun this summer. I really am.
That's amazing. Well, thank you for your time. Go Phils.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Big Train Baseball Network. Oh, wow. I did it again. Excuse me. Welcome back to the Cal Ripken Senior League Network. I apologize. We've got new man on the mound. It's going to be a little bit unsure of that right now. I believe it is the Brave on this roster. Gavin Elliott, I think. The numbers. Oh, it's Tommy Blackburn. Apologies. Tommy Blackburn. I'm wearing number 18 tonight. The new numbers are kind of throwing me off because I left the old numbers in here. And it'll be interesting to see how quick we'll get that next time. But Blackburn, a Christopher Newport player, he's out of Chesapeake, Virginia, and had a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, and he's done well with the Braves. Started 5 games for them and 23 innings pitched, 19 strikeouts there, an ERA of 1.2 with a WHIP of .96. So that's really all you can ask for out of a starter, and it's been probably their go-to starter so far for Metro South County.
Easily been one of their best, along with Gavin Elliott, the other Metro South County Brave selected. We'll go over every guy we see appear, and at the end, we'll give a shout-out to everybody who did not. Man leading things off will be the Express member of Caden Haywood. Haywood, a Valley League All-Star for the first time. Has been pretty good this season. Hitting a, calm 343 with an 898 OPS. The 0-1 is hit well into right field. Malvazio will tail after it and get the first out of the inning as it's not deep enough to leave the yard. But if you are a pull hitter, which there is 2 righties out of the over 15 position players on the entire All-Star squad for them, this is a great ballpark for you.
Well, it absolutely is, and it's kind of interesting to see such a disproportionate numbers, and not something you see all the time, but it does just happen is guys just choose the side of the box that works for them, and a lot of them being from the left side.
So righty delivers, that one misses. So Newport, Blackburn, out of Christopher Newport. He's a very big Pink Floyd guy. Jarhead is his favorite movie. He's I think very cool. 1-0. Good music taste all around. Only allowed 6 hits this season. Hitters have been held to a 190 average against him, and that begs the question, with a hitting league as good as the Valley League, it's interesting to see how they can perform against him. 2-0 to the infielder, April Gain. He's played utility, leads the league in stolen bases, or is second, Their league. I forgot we've got 2 leagues there tonight. Has that one a miss, so a 4-pitch walk administered to the top of the lineup. Chris Carroll, I apologize. April Gain now up in the box. Carroll does lead the league in walks as well as in stolen bases, the Valley League, as April Gain will come to the dish. April Gain caught stealing 4 times, but 28 hits on the year. He's had an 875 OPS. He's been quite good for that Valley League side of Waynesboro. First pitch in just the outside corner and misses, as Carroll walked. Flew out already, but April Gain singled last time up in a stolen base. The 1-0. This one hit well into left field. Chasing it is Duncan. He gets it on the track. He's able to arrange for it as has to make a wide receiver catch on that lineup.
Well, a great catch there, back against the fence there for Duncan, and it is just such a cool feeling when you're playing an all-star game. You have a big train player in right and an only guy in left, and just two incredible fielders you've seen lots of times in the season, and they're playing together on the same team. Just the whole team is filled with defensive players who have been making the right play all season.
Yeah, dueling at the top of these leagues. I guess it's one league for Cal Ripken, no divisional playoff appearance, as this one is hit in the air to right field. Malvazio will come in on it, and it's 3 fly balls for Blackburn to get out of the inning. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube between the All-Stars of the Valley League and the Cal Ripken Senior League, who are up 3-1.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jacob Gold from the Ripken Report. I'm here with Bryce Dolby of the Bethesda Big Train, representing the Ripken Report. Sorry, let's do that again.
You're good.
All right, ready? What's up, everybody? My name is Jacob Gold of the Ripken Report. I am here with Bryce Dolby of the Ripken League, here representing the All-Star Game. Bryce, how are you doing today?
Doing good. Doing good. Glad to be out here.
Awesome. So, Bryce, you pitch for the Big Train. Tell me how it feels to go up against the Valley League.
Feels good. I mean, you always hear that it's a pretty good league over there, and I know we've been trying to do this for a couple of years now, so it's good.
They've got some experienced bats over there. How do you think your approach is going to differ or stay the same from your everyday outing for the Cal Ripken Senior League?
Yeah, nothing changes. Get ahead. Put them away.
I love that answer. So I want to know, what is your favorite childhood memory of baseball?
Probably being able to play under my dad when he was coaching me.
That's amazing. And you guys had that amazing talk with Tim Kirchin. What is your biggest takeaway from meeting him and what he had to say?
Just all the information he knows. He was just naming stats after stats after stats. I was like, I don't know how you remember all that. But
I know, he has an
crazy.
incredible memory. Well, thank you for your time. Good luck today.
Yeah.
And, roll Ripken.
Thank you.
So Colin Lott will lead things off here in this bottom third. Big Train lead 3-1. And Colin Lott and Metro South County Brave, they have the most position players out of anybody. As starting, obviously, we've got only, I think, one with Metro South County's Lott, but otherwise they've got Vasquez as well starting, but I think 6 overall. They've been very good in the field. It's been the pitching that have made them struggle towards the bottom of this league, but things are working out. They might be able to make the playoffs just barely, as the 0-1 is fouled down. They're in that 6th spot. Still on the mound for them is the likes of Tyler Oakes, as it's a half swing. Didn't get to talk much about the Western Carolina righty. Reliever mainly. His career high in relief is 2.1 innings, something he's done a few times this year out of Western Carolina. Ground ball right side. Lott gets it through the same spot where 4 hits have already gone. And another single, as 5 came in the last inning, and as well as 3 runs. Colin Lott starting things off just like Cal Johnson did in the second.
Well, the Ripken are liking the right side. They have hit well there, and not too many big hits so far for the Ripken League. There's several players who are capable of it but haven't been able to do it so far. That one does get down again.
Speaking of guys who are capable of it, Zach Malvazio. Very good player out of high school. Some draft pedigree to his name. Leads this league right now with the same amount of home runs as number he's wearing on his all-star jersey, 7. Trying to get his start in college ball. Had a good year last year in brief appearances for the Central Florida squad of UCF. I guess it's kind of in the name. Big wave again. Johnson, bit of a strikeout problem, but not as much as I guess it is his only problem this season, but comparatively it's 24 hits and 13 strikeouts for the kid. 0-2.
Just doesn't walk a whole lot.
No. 5 times. Actually walked twice yesterday. That was his season high.
Yeah, it was interesting. He definitely was more patient, and I think pitchers are definitely getting more hesitant to throwing over the zone for him and trying to force that strikeout, and he knows that. So being patient and earning himself a walk and doing the right thing for his team, as he stole 2 bases yesterday as well.
Yeah, and it's pretty interesting all around to see just how much we're going through with different players kind of having different roles in this certain era of baseball, where you had the old strategy of you want to have a lot of small ball, you want to just move the runners over, you want to have guys capable of getting on, as you see a lot of different things, a lot of different approaches, as Zachary Malvazio is unable to come up with that one. He strikes out again. It's been good pitching to face him, as Tyler Oakes there again, the right-hander out of Western Carolina. But it'll be his day as we go to the bullpen very quickly. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube channel. If you want to take a little break, go check out that first inning where we talked to Tim Kirkchen. Hello and welcome back to the Cal Ripken Senior League All-Star Game, where they're taking on the Valley League All-Stars. 3-1 lead for the Cal Ripken Senior side as Adler Holtz to the mound for Florida Southern College will have his first appearance in an All-Star uniform.
Yeah, he plays in this Valley League for the Newmarket Rebels. Has played in 7 games, started 4 of them. 28 strikeouts on just 24.2 innings pitched, so really good return. Once again, strikeouts for the man on the mound now for the Valley League.
Florida Southern College moccasin.
As well as you take a look at the logo for his summer league team, the Newmarket Rebels. It is definitely something to look at.
A mock, interestingly, is different than the Chattanooga mocks. The mock here is a viper, which is not actually, this is a moccasin. It's talking about the shoe here. A mock at Chattanooga is a bird. Righty delivers, and it's a good breaking ball for Holtz's first pitch. Holding hitters to a 2.40 ERA this season, starting mainly, 24 innings of work, as you mentioned. From Valparaiso High School, he's an Indiana native, like our very own Sean McAvoy. Ground ball right side, Johnson, who already had a hit in this one, can't get another yet as that one goes foul.
Well, after a very nice home run from the Valley League, Ripken bats came alive in the bottom of the second. Scored 3 runs on 5 hits there.
Yeah, and we're lucky to be at this All-Star game tonight. Very lucky the rain is held off. Beautiful night here in Bethesda at Shirley Povich Field, 0-2. Home of the Bethesda Big Train, which we are the broadcasters of, though we are representing the full league tonight, which we thank you very much for the honor for and hope you enjoy how fun this is going to be all day, because we have got some seriously interesting stories to talk about as we get to them. Johnson, an interesting one. He's from Florida, College of Central Florida, not UCF. Last year's a Patriot. Got him good enough season results to be a Maryland Terrapin coming up this season.
One of many players in these 2 leagues that are committed or have played at Maryland. Big school around here for baseball, and a team that's looking to find its footing a little bit more as they lost a good amount of players, but are looking to kind of rebuild their roster.
The 1-2 as Cal Johnson tries to fight this one off. He's got a runner at first. It's Colin Lott with one out. 1-2. Big swing and a miss. Johnson goes down on strikes just like his big train teammate before him. That bring up Alejandro Vasquez, wearing 15 tonight. Vasquez, one of a few Metro South County Braves in this roster, 2 in the lineup right now. Bryant University product from Coral Spring, Florida. He is 1 for 1 on the night. He had a single and ended up scoring on the double from Andrew Duncan. To EBS Academy in Florida and has had quite the season this year to an 842 OPS. As this one is hit into the air and right, under it is Melton. He will get the out. One of 3 Meltons, 3 Brodies, in their lineup is able to do it. So 1-3. Valley League is behind as they get their bats up again in the top of the 4th inning here on the Big Train. On the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube,
What's going on, guys? I'm here.
Hello and welcome back to the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube. Carson Cass joined by a new guest here, Ali from the Only Crop Dusters. How are you, my friend?
Oh, I'm good. You probably can't see this at home, folks. I look like I came from a party. These guys came to work.
We tried to dress nice for the occasion as we were hosting the Valley League this year, but
Yes.
going to be a new man in for the likes of the Valley League. Gabriel Delgado, the left-handed hitter out of Jacksonville, as well as the Woodstock River Bandits, heading to a tune of 337 with an 822 OPS coming in. But the new man on the mound is Logan Hartman. Do you know quite a bit about, my friend?
Yes, a guy back in Florida who's got 60 strikeouts in high school ball. Played very phenomenal the last few weeks. 17 strikeouts, had one against you guys on Friday. He was talking to me about it post-game. It was just that heat getting to him. Got a ground ball.
Muscled right up the middle. It gets through the 5-hole of Brennan Wright. He's kind of unable to come up with it. He's actually not made an error in the field in regular play this season for the Big Train, but an error there as that will let the likes of Gabriel Delgado reach. But you're mentioning.
Yes. So he was talking about the heat. He just wanted to match that intensity. Every pitch he wants to work through any batter he sees, attack the zone, upper half usually. He was able to do that multiple times, get long at-bats with most of your guys, Malvazio, Gonzalez. The Big Train are back. Nine straight wins.
Yeah, we talked about how Gaithersburg and Silver Spring Tacoma were 1-2 after the first 3 days of contest, and things have gone awry for both squads as the really only in Bethesda have kind of found their way back into things. Something you've been very close to over there as the only one of the only broadcasters.
Yes, with Peyton House.
Start off in a great pick at first. Fantastic job of man starting there. Melton, who is one of your own, as he's actually just committed to Florida Atlantic. He had a great year in UMBC last season, and it was very interesting to see him. Obviously, he's kind of struggled a little bit. He's got a very unique stance, and that's one thing.
I know. And it's something I tell him, Carson, is he uses every single inch of that batter's box. He bats left. A guy who's been a week away from the team looking for different schools from UMBC, Maryland guy. But he was able to come back, just has a great summer throughout. It's phenomenal.
Apologies. Brody Connors, the switch hitter, will come into this thing. So now he's batting righty as the lefty. Excuse me. No, he's not a switch hitter. I apologize. He was just batting righty against the righty because he was batting lefty earlier. Interesting as Hartman.
He's not stretching the zone downward.
He's been pretty on that outside corner. Has been targeting there. He pitched pretty recently, Friday, against the Big Train, and he actually gave up his first run of the entire season then. Emilio Gonzalez found his first home run of the entire season for the reigning Triple Crown winner who is, quote, having a slump. He's on this all-star team.
Yeah.
1-1. That one misses.
It's not my first time in the league. I did see him with a different team last summer. He had 2 homers in the first and the second, 2-run shot in the first, and it was just like, wow, what can you do against this guy? What pitch can you throw at him?
Yeah,
he's phenomenal and a very outstanding person. Very
lovely guy. As Brody Connors goes down on strikes, one of 3 Brodies in this lineup. I guess only 2 now, Zach. I was talking about this to you earlier. That's an interesting name to have a lot of in a lineup.
Well, I have a good friend who was Brody, but yeah, you don't see it entirely often. Worth is still alive now. That's 2 strikes to him. Count as 2-2. So he is still in the batter's box now for the Valley League.
Missed that first one. Thought it was a strike. That one outside as it was a close call on that first one. And I just thought in my head, it's a strike. The camera right in front of the scoreboard for me as I am sitting in a position I have behind. We don't have enough space in this booth for 3 people, and we've got 3 people in it, which I'm very glad to have.
Thank you. And I just want to shout out my coworker Peyton Yauses. Good friend, good man, just a guy who picks up a lot of my slack. So, very good guy, and commend him a lot about his work during the summer.
Yeah, only broadcast is a great one. Something I get to watching when we finish our games over
there. What about
you
guys? You, Zach, Becca, you guys do a great job. Like, I've talked to you guys multiple times. Upstanding people. I've just been honored to meet all 3 of you guys.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, a big kudos, obviously, to everybody around the league. It's hard to do as much as they do, but off the leg of Connors, again, a big shout out to Becca. I don't think this, like you mentioned with Peyton,
yes,
a lot of coverage that goes behind the scenes is covering us and making us look a lot better than sometimes we prepare for. So, big thank you to the producers and
for sure
back of house people of the world, because that is a much harder job that I've had the experience from, and is the reason I'm no longer behind the camera. Full count, payoff pitch, I suppose. Righty delivers as this one down left line. It will not come up for anything but a strike. He'll survive as it's a 3-2 count still.
Well, Ollie, you have some big shoes to fill tonight as the 3rd man in the booth. As our first 3rd man that we had on the broadcast was Tim Kirchin himself of ESPN. So you have some big shoes to fill in here, but we're so glad to have you as well.
Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. What you're noticing, though, right, full count, Hartman's dealing it low, trying to stretch it downward, see if he can bite at it.
It's a worm burner up the middle. Brody Connors muscles one right past Hartman, as you mentioned, and an unfortunate kind of glove dive there. He almost had it if it had bounced any more, but maybe the soil a little bit too damp. We talk about the weather impacting baseball. That is a serious thing. Where if it is 85% humidity is way different than 100% humidity, because in 100% humidity, a ball travels 15 feet farther off that bat. And we've got some pretty home run heavy weather here today. It's a bit cooler, but it is very high humidity. What a stance as we see the likes of, I believe it is, yes, Gilliam's come into this one. That is a very high bat above his head.
And a late strike call there to him as he goes down in the count 0-1 to the only guy, Hartman.
And one thing keep in mind about that last pitch, It was a nice breaking ball, and you saw it go up the middle there. I think it was just he saw that earlier, made contact with it, went back to that same spot, and it worked well. You got a man at first.
Yeah, he's obviously got one over there, dealing with 2 outs now. Gilliam's this season, 1 homer over the wall, has been a pretty pull-side, contact-heavy guy with a lot of walks, as that is a big swing and a miss. Not a lot of walks, excuse me, I apologize. 26 hits on the season, only 6 free passes to the base, one the painful way.
Yes. Let's go crop dusters. This is another guy that, we've been happy to see. We're waiting for Boma as well as Springmeyer and Edwards.
This one in the air on the infield. Melton, the crop duster, who looks like he's wearing jeans because you guys wear jeans in your home uniform, gets the third out of the inning. And a big thank you to Ali Ali for coming into the booth and talking to us a little bit about
Carson.
the crop dusters and Hartman. But we'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube. So it's Hunter Cavill, the right-hander out of Fredericksburg, Virginia, going to Bridgewater College for the Culpeper, I think that's Culpeper Cavaliers.
Yeah, Culpeper Cavaliers. A nice alliteration team name there as well for a team in the Valley League. Has played in 8 games for the Cavaliers. Has not started any of them, so he's been primarily a reliever guy from them, but does have 25 strikeouts so far in the season as a reliever, so really impressive returns on his numbers.
He actually played for the DC Grays last summer. Pretty interesting. Only one Gray on this entire roster for the Cal Ripken Senior League. The representative they got was Benny Bacart Jr. Played a pretty good season so far to the tune of a couple RBIs. Has played a little less than some other guys, but he's been great behind the plate. In his 13 games, pitchers love when he catches him, as Hunter Cavill at Bridgewater College, the Eagle, will pitch to his old league.
Well, I think something happening with the Grays there is that pitch for Cavill is missed outside. Is that I think a few of their guys, as they started to get hot, they have had a couple of really good players in some of those games, but haven't played enough games to be eligible for the All-Star game. So some of their top players that have gotten hot recently and were not able to play in tonight's game.
Yeah, it's been unfortunate. Guys are looking around for colleges. Sometimes you just miss a guy, and, Bud Coombs out for now is being replaced tonight by TJ Gramesty, who we'll see later. Catcher Nate Naturally, but plays some outfield as he got the nod. As this one's right up the middle, a good piece of hitting is up for Pegues, his second single of this ball game. Last one brought in a run. This time it'll lead off the 4th inning, for the bottom of the 4th inning.
Well, and the Ripken League has been hard to sit down too often. They're kind of finding their rhythm from the batter's boxes. A lot of these guys are so used to getting contact night in and night out, and you can see that as they are very calm and collected in the way they are in the box and just finding the ball.
Oh, 1. As that one is fouled backwards. Pegues on first. Andrew Duncan, now the man in the box, left fielder right now at a Duke, playing for only this year. He's had 4 home runs. 0-1 is hit very well into left field. It's a tough park to leave in that spot, and it's not going to. Collected by Haywood on the wall, and that is the first out of the inning.
Did get a lot of that one, but definitely a difficult place to get out, and that one doesn't have quite enough speed in this humid night to take it into the fence, and Valley League does collect an out against the Ripken.
3-1 Cal Ripken Sr. League after a big second inning where a single from Johnson, Vasquez, Pegues, and a double from Duncan ended up bringing home 3 runs. McKenna did single but was left stranded as that one is a bit low and outside. Valley League All-Star Hunter Cavill on the mound. Made 14 appearances in 2024 with his Federal squad, 2025, 23 appearances, but 2025 with the Grays, an 8.10 ERA. Only played 2 games, though, as the 1-0 is proceeded with a pickoff back to first where Pegues is safe.
Cole McKenna is up to bat now for Cal Ripken Senior League. As you mentioned before, he has been the pillar of hitting for the Giants squad that have had pretty good success from the pitching side. They haven't really been able to put too many batting performances together as a team. That's why as he's hitting a 349 average but only has 8 RBI on the season, he's kind of been the only guy able to get himself on base.
Also leads off there. It's kind of a trend of leadoff hitters. You think about guys who just at the top of the lineup don't have enough RBIs, and you're wondering, this guy's such a good hitter. What's happening? And he's leading off games. So, I mean, at least a quarter. If you get to the plate 4 times and you're hitting pretty well in the leadoff spot, I mean, you're typically just the one getting driven in. And those guys, you look at the runs scored a bit more to see, oh, this guy is getting driven in. But RBIs are a very team-heavy stat, which is why they aren't fully always looked at as much anymore. I think RBIs are very important. But, again, it's not as team-heavy as wins are for a pitcher. But it's a very important stat that is not as important as some other ones. 2-1, a big wave at that one as McKenna now down to 2-2 in the count.
I think in order for a leadoff hitter such as McKenna to beef up his RBI category, he needs to have kind of the bottom of his lineup hitting better and getting on base more often so that he can come in and do the damage that he can do with his bat with guys already on the bases.
McKenna, the lone giant position player all-star, as the 2-2 is sawed off to the ground ball right side. It's a foul ball. McKenna just committed to Longwood University. We talked about that earlier. Played at Old Dominion, though, last season. Didn't play too much, but did walk a bunch in those appearances. Had a 167, 400, 167 slash line. Two-two, and a preceded again by that pickoff move that does not get Pegues at first. 1 out after the Andrew Duncan flyout. McKenna has fought through 5 pitches. 2-2. Big swing and a miss. Another strikeout for this side as the reverse leadoff hitter will turn it over to Melton now with 2 outs.
From the crop dusters, number 1, Dylan Melton.
Interesting to see this Valley League that does have a lot of prowess from the mound. Several pitchers with lots of ERA prowess. It looks like we are switching pitchers now here for the Valley League.
3-1, Cal Ripken Sr. League with a man on first as they've hit the pitch count for their guys. So we're going to see a lot of pauses, I think, in these innings to just make sure they don't go over. But we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube. I'm Carson Cass, joined by Zach Lewis. We're very lucky to have been honored as the Big Train broadcasters to broadcast the Cal Ripken Senior League. So thank you very much for choosing us, and thank you very much for tuning in. Cal Ripken Senior League up 3-1 as the leadoff man Brody Melton, first baseman only, takes on Colton Starling of the Strasbourg Express.
Well, that's not Strasbourg, Germany, for anyone who's curious. That is in, I believe, Virginia. He's played in 8 games there for the Express. Not started any, so another reliever guy in the league. 23 strikeouts in his relief, a whip of .91. So this is a guy who just strikes out. That's what he does. It's what he's on the mound to do, and he's hoping to do that tonight in an all-star capacity.
Starling playing for the Express, 4th in that North Division. There is 6 teams on each side, so 12 in that league total, obviously. Winchester Royals leading things in the north. On the south, it's the Waynesboro Generals, as the catcher in now is Julian Braga, the other Florida Southwestern catcher for them. First pitch going over at first, and he headbutts the ball out of the glove, so a stolen base by proxy for the likes of Gabriel Pegues. He has been very good this season for the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts on the base paths.
Yeah, and Pegues very grateful to still be wearing a helmet there as he looks like dives in for a header. So we have World Cup games on the mind and gets himself safely to second base.
Yeah, I talked about Melton earlier with Ali 0-1. I mean, he's got a very wide stance. Uses the whole thing, steps inward when that pitch comes in there. This season, been pretty good. He was at UMBC in the spring, a 2026 America East second-team all-conference member, all-rookie team, and all-championship team. He's committed now to Florida Atlantic. Well, he'll join a lot of Big Train members, such as Kaiser Smith and TJ Gramesty, who are both on this all-star team. 1-1. Big wave at that one, now 1-2, as pretty good deal so far on the mound, and his very few pitches for Colton Starling.
Yeah, Starling has showed why he is an all-star for this Valley League and show why they've picked him to come into this portion of the game. Is definitely a guy who can come in and do the job quickly.
Big wave at that one, and he will go down swinging. So 3 strikeouts now for these side of, or their side, since the 3 runs were allowed. We'll be right back in the top of the 5th as the other side, the Valley League, will get to try and break this 3-1 lead.
What's going on, guys?
Welcome back to the Cal Ripken Senior League's battle against the Valley League All-Stars. Kaiser Smith on the mound, league leader in strikeouts at 25, 2 more than Peter Bashore of the Giants, who did not make this roster, unfortunately. 1 ERA, 1.06 whip. He is my favorite reliever in the league, and I would have to guess maybe yours, for obviously I'm Carson Cass with Zach Lewis, members of the Big Train broadcast crew.
Well, he just is. I mean, every single time this guy gets on the mound, I get excited in a game because you just know it's not only going to be an effective inning from him, but exciting. He's pretty animated on the sidelines, but when he gets in the game too as well, kind of gets into it, he sometimes lets himself, it seems, get a couple guys on base and then do the damage from there. But they do manage to get a hit against him to start out for the Valley League here.
It's a well-placed ground ball by the likes of Connor Worth. He'll come into this game and start off with a hit. Worth at JMU last season and did not hit as well as he's hit this year. 25 of those things. Coming in tonight, they only have 9 games, by the way, left in their season. They only play 35. So they're actually in their playoff crunch time right now. And for the Woodstock River Bandits, they're kind of in that lower portion right outside of playoff spot, 11-15. So he'll try and come back and lead his squad as Kaiser Smith will miss high to the next man in the lineup, Caden Haywood. Haywood, 898 OPS this season, a member of the Strasburg Express, and just like the pitcher before him in the top of the inning, a Western Carolina Catamount as a swing and a miss on the 1-0, turns to 1-1.
Yeah, a whole lot of purple for Caden Haywood, as both Western Carolina and the Strasburg Express have very purple uniforms, and he's got a purple batting helmet as well tonight. So,
first pitch halfway there. Play over at second. They gets past as he's going to go run over to second. That was a very wise decision to decide not to with Pegues in center. That would have been a tough man to beat. His arm has pretty much produced web gems and frozen ropes alike.
Absolutely. I mean, Pegues, we've seen him make several throws that feel like just fully across the field. So, wise to stay at second there.
1-2, he saws it off into the air right side. Melton trailing under it, and it is out of play, just into the bleachers. Cal Ripken Sr. League, obviously a bit more games. At the top of the league is the Bethesda Big Train at 18-11, I believe. Take a quick look at that. I'll fact check myself. They are at the top of the league, I believe, at actually 19-8, but have been very good this season. 19-8 is correct. 1-9, trying to chase after a win streak of 17, which is the biggest in Cal Ripken Senior League history ever. We talked about it earlier, as this one is hit into the air, fouled backwards again. Alexandria Aces did that in 2022, their championship year.
That Aces team, one of the only teams that has challenged the Big Train for championships in recent years in this league. But I think the most impressive thing about the Big Train's run of games so far is that they're winning even in the games that not everything is clicking. They're kind of finding those gritty, hard-fought wins. One of those happening against the Gaithersburg Giants at Criswell Automated Field in Gaithersburg last night. Ended up being a 7-inning game due to lightning in the area, but not their biggest hitters weren't really hitting that well, and a couple of guys kind of off their game a little, but still able to be scrappy. And Ryan Fuscola had a really good 3 RBI night to bring in the win for the Big Train last night.
Ground ball left side, going to be tough for Johnson. Ranges to his left, throw over to first. Just beat it. Caden Haywood on with a single as Malo advances to third, and a very good play from Johnson, but he just couldn't get there in time.
Well, runners on the corner now for Kaiser Smith, who's given up 2 hits since he's been in. Interestingly enough, Kaiser Smith often is extremely effective when he has a guy on third base. Up to bat now for the Valley League, number 10, James Green.
He pinch hit it now as 986 OPS. He's been very good this year. 3 home runs, 5 doubles, a triple, and 30 hits. Just mashing the cover off this ball. And for the Valley League with no outs against Kaiser Smith, who is kind of accustomed to doing this. He loves to get into tough situations and work his way out. As the 1-0 now to Green. Second pitch fouled backwards. Heavy fastball, can't hang with it, as the Huntersville, North Carolina native is going into his senior year at Presbyterian College for the Blue Hose. Will join Elijah Grant, a member of the Alexandria Aces who did not make their All-Star roster, but is still a member of this league. The Blue Hose prior there, he was a Lewisburg Community College member, as that one is low. A 2-1 count turning to, now 2-1, excuse me, on James. Fighting all day is Smith when he pitches. League leader of strikeouts in this league. If he can't find it, it's going to be tough. 2-1 in the air to left. It's going to get down. Extra bases for sure for Green, as they will try and catch the man over at third, and he stumbled. Could have had him at second, but obviously didn't know he was going to do such. As a double drives one home, and they shorten the lead.
Well, that's a very uncharacteristic at-bat for Kaiser Smith, who is now getting a quick visit from his catcher, battery mate partner right now. Giving him a second to breathe, maybe, as I think his battery mate knows that giving up runs like that is not normally in his MO, and like to do what they can to limit the damage by the Valley in this inning.
Catcher is now Landon Springmeyer. Apologize for not making that note. Springmeyer, pretty good hitting catcher. Has not had a hit in 4 days of his last games, but definitely deserved that all-star moniker. He has just been lights out this season. First pitch and grounded back into the right side of the dugout. It's an 0-1 count now. Smith still trying to go up this road. It's April Gath still in this game for Florida Southwestern and Waynesboro. Been a good Valley League player this season. A little bit of late strike call, as now quickly 0-2. Smith in another tough situation, and this is where he has shined this season, but will his run of good luck and good pitching and here against the Valley League. 0-2, that's a good pitch, but just a little bit inside. April Gath this season. 10 RBIs. We mentioned that leadoff spot. You can kind of drain your RBI total. He's been very good with an 875 OPS. 1-2, swing and a miss. Down he goes at the plate, and Kaiser Smith, a strikeout for the league leader.
Oh, that looks a lot more like Kaiser Smith as well. That last pitch there, a difficult one to hit, and he retires his first batter tonight, as he already let one through off a big hit by the Valley League earlier in this inning.
Foul back into the dugout of the Bethesda Big Train here at Shirley Povich Field, where the Cal Ripken Sr. League All-Stars are taking on the Valley League. If you are just tuning in with us, Valley League All-Stars have been playing the Big Train in previous time in history. They used to play in the Southern Collegiate Prospect Showcase in these All-Star games. 0-1. Kaiser Smith deals, and that's a ground ball right side. Going to get past the first baseman and the second. One runner will come home. They round as another will come to the plate. Springmeyer can't hang on, and Nicholas Dombrowski will go over to second, but he's caught there. So a single brings home 2 RBIs for Dombrowski. He's not able to get anything more as he's caught at second.
Kind of an interesting play there. Not the first time we've seen tonight a player make a really good play, brings in 2 more runs for the Valley League and puts them ahead in this 4-3, but I think it's a little aggressive and tries to get over to second. Not successful. Throw is in time to get him out there. 2 outs now for Kaiser Smith.
0-for-1, Abriel Delgado coming in, a Miami, Florida native, playing at Jacksonville. Hits this one right up the middle to right. He collects, throws to first. That's the 3rd out of the inning. So Kaiser Smith gives up 3 runs in the Valley League. Takes back the lead in the top of the 5th inning. We'll go to the bottom. Cal Ripken Sr. League will try and battle it back here on the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube. Colton Starling back on the mound for the Valley League. He'll try and hold the lead, as I believe we will have the last inning before we get subs. I think we will have some probably likely during this, but Brennan Wright will get a third plate appearance, as is, I think, very deserved for the second baseman of the Bethesda Big Train, hitting .311 on the year with .815 OPS. He has really battled to get where he is now today at South Alabama, where he earned a second-team All-Sun Belt moniker last season.
Yeah, and earlier this season for the Big Train, he showed a little bit of what that grit and prowess meant. He lost his 44-game on-base streak earlier against the Thunderbolts, so I think he holds the Cal Ripken Sr. lead record for on-base.
That he does, and by a long shot, too. So he's his second year. To that point, he lost in the 14th game of the season, or the 4th game of the season, excuse me. 14th game, I apologize. Did not play the first 10 games of his Cal Ripken Senior League career, as that is 1-1 he misses under a fastball. But he did play a lot last year and got up to a 20-base on-base streak towards the end of things when he got there, and he came into this one with a 30-game on-base streak. It went through between seasons, and whether or not I think it counts, 30 would have had the record anyway. The guy had been on, till that point, for every single Cal Ripken Senior League game he'd ever been a part of, and as a first-team All-Cal Ripken team member last year, and well-deserved, 2-1. He's one of two on the Big Train that returned Emilio Gonzalez in this roster as the 2-1 in there. It's a good pitch.
Well, you mentioned Brennan Wright. I think quietly one of the most important pieces for this Big Train team that's gotten hot recently in the league and has the winning mentality as well as the experience in the league and with the team to be a really important player for the Big Train.
2-2 high fastball he wanted to hit in the All-Star game, and he unfortunately isn't going to get it. He just saw Red Dead Heater and was like, I'm gonna go at that one, and he did not get it. At the chin level, that'll be the end of the day for Starling. We'll be right back as a new man will take the mound here for the Valley League. So the Valley League will celebrate their newly earned 4-3 lead with Allwine. Evan Allwine to come into here, the Altoona, PA native, where the Altoona Curve play, the AAA affiliate of the Pirates. Spent 2 years at Florida International before now at Pasco Hernando State College. He's had a pretty good year for these Tom Sox.
Yeah, he's played there in Charlottesville in 6 games. Been a starter mostly, 4-game starter and 2 as a reliever. 21 strikeouts. It's a whip at just 1.10. So has been a key player for the Tom Sox, who haven't had quite the season they would hope for, but are doing a good job crawling back.
Landon Springmeyer, the pinch hitter, as he swings and misses at the first pitch. After Brennan Wright was extinguished on the strikeout, they had to hit that pitch count limit and take the likes of Starling out and bring in Allwine. Pitch for a Tom Sox squad that has found their way back into the playoff conversation as reigning champions after an 0-8 start in the season with 38-6 games. That is a lot. As ground ball left side, going to get through that 5.5 hole as Tony Gwynn coined it. Landon Springmeyer is on, and on a single nonetheless. Malvazio trails him. So two guys who don't hit a lot of singles. Springmeyer notably very much a three-true outcomes guy. He typically leaves the park or he doesn't hit. As Malvazio, not as much that. 24 hits already in this young season for a guy who hasn't played as much as others. And he has been quite good, and a guy that you might see down the road at a very professional level, just to say that. First pitch on the low portion of the zone. Malvazio held up, something he doesn't do a lot of.
No, he doesn't. He's a guy who's normally going to swing, and you can kind of count on that. And you got to be careful of the kind of pitches you do leave for him.
He's already struck out twice now into an 0-2 count. He's kind of just looking for a fastball, and he's not getting it. UCF products returning there this season. 7 home runs leads the Cal Ripken Sr. League as they sit down 3-4, tying run on first, as that's a wave at 1. So the second out of the inning for Zachary Malvazio, as he is unable to come up with one, and a good start for Allwine, who gets a K here. He's got 21 for the Tom Sox this year.
Yeah, Allwine has proven to be an important pitcher and has been important used in the games coming back from that 0-8 start.
Backwards as Cal Johnson fouls one off. Johnson, the shortstop for the Bethesda Big Train this season, walked off a Cal Ripken Senior League Game of the Week on Father's Day against Gaithersburg, as to the tune of 5 home runs, committed to Maryland after season at College of Central Florida for the Patriots. He was very good, enough to earn a Big Ten spot, as the throw from behind the plate on the steal is not in time, so Landon Springmeyer, the not-so-quick catcher, gets one by him.
Well, Springmeyer has a pretty large frame, and so doesn't steal too many bases, but it's the all-star game, and so he goes and dives that one and is able to reach safely over at second.
Yeah, in large frame, I mean, he's really just tall and ripped, and don't think he does too much explosive training that is running as much as it is jumping for a catcher, as Johnson liner into left, caught for the third out of the inning by the likes of Haywood. We'll be right back as the All-Stars of the Valley League lead the lead the Cal Ripken Senior League here at the Big Train's home park at Shirley Povich. Good golly. So Conlon Taylor, the Binghamton Bearcat, to face the side of the Valley League. Rough 2026 at Bing, but has really picked it up this offseason. For them, 12 innings pitched, 0 ERA, .83 whip, and no earned runs. He's been quite good. One of two true relievers here. Doesn't blow it by him, but he's a great ground ball pitcher with a sinker that mixes in pretty well. The Valley League will bring to the plate Ty Powell of Full Shear, Texas, and he will try and get some sheer power by. 2 home runs, 20 RBIs this season. Is towards the top of the league, as he's got a 862 OPS to boot. Graduated from Full Shear High School, coached by Rob Jensen, a former major leaguer. That one misses outside from Conlon Taylor, a guy that has seen this ballpark of the big train for the Southern Maryland Senators. Worked in a 8-2 win over them 2 weeks ago. 1-0. Big Train have not lost since that game. A 9-game win streak in that time as we enter the break. Ty Powell on deck. The man at the plate is Julian Braga, the catcher, as that one is swing and a miss. 5 homers on the year, actually more power to the plate. (2-1) from the Port Orange, Florida native lefty in the box. One of a lot of lefties here for the Valley League. 2-1 and sawed off backwards. He stays alive. Well, anyway, had 1 strike, but he earns himself a stay alive count.
Count moves to 2-2.
Taylor misses low, and a full count now administered. Pretty night here in Bethesda as the sun just came down. We're hosting the Valley League All-Stars at Shirley Povich Field, home of the Bethesda Big Train. A 4-3 lead for the Valley League after a home run started their day off, and 3 runs brought in the last inning help them through as Julian Braga will walk. Good at-bat worked from him.
Now batting from the Cavaliers, 18, Ty Powell.
This is Ty Powell now, the Culpeper Cavalier. Texas State player. Did not play either of his 2 seasons for the Bobcats.
In the dark and yellow jersey of the Culpeper Cavaliers. First pitch to him is a strike.
862 OPS to boot. He got coached by Rob Jensen, the former major leaguer. Played football there as well. And a all-district cornerback. 0-1. That one misses outside. So probably not too afraid of the hit by pitch, though he has not been hit at all this season. Chose Texas State over Baylor and Dallas Baptist. And interesting decision there, and I think one that I would reckon was around what he felt was right at Texas State with a good staff around him. Always curious to see what guys choose certain schools from, because a lot of those schools are in the same area. Obviously wanted to go somewhere near home, as Taylor has him to a 1-2 count, has a runner at first. He just walked.
Taylor looking to try and get some outs here for the Ripken League.
That one misses low. Springmeyer into the outfield.
Well, the pitching has been just a little bit off for a lot of these guys who are very used to coming in and not having any runs scored on them. Kaiser Smith came in and gave up a couple, and so these guys trying to find a little more rhythm for the Ripken League on the mound.
2-2. Roddy Taylor delivers, and the Binghamton prospect misses. 3-2 now. He goes to a full count against Ty Powell. He will be trailed by the likes of one of the other infielders selected to this roster, Elijah Gilliams. Full count deal. This one missed high. He's got the breaking ball, just not where he needs it to be after the stolen base. There is a runner on first as well, and Elijah Gilliams, the St. Augustine, Florida native, playing for the Harrisonburg Turks, comes in here. Played for the Tom Sox last season and was a former Team USA youth player Played for 2018 as an alternate and won a gold medal in 2017 at the NTIS. Liner into left, well hit, and it's going to get down. One runner will come home as throwing back in. Another will stop at third. They get him at second, though. He is out. Was not able to extend a single to a double there, and these outfielders on both sides have just been dangerous.
Well, absolutely, and is made to pay a little bit for his aggressiveness there, but another run scored, score 5-3 for the Valley League.
So Gillians has a very good at-bat there, and a day likely as he's going to get replaced. A lot more All-Stars on their side, but to the plate, it'll be Connor Worth. He already hit a single today that brought home 2 runs and gave the Valley League a lead. Their lead extended 5-3 on the 8th hit of the ball game for them. 819 OPS this season with the Woodstock River Bandits. One of 2 Florida State Western Buccaneers. As this one goes up the middle, gets past 2, and it is into the outfield. Ground ball is enough to get 6-3 now on the board for the Valley League. Their hitters continuing to play very well. It's committed to Florida Southwestern after now JMU, I believe, as to the plate now Caden Haywood.
That ball there got past the pitcher, and then behind him, the second baseman as well got past both their gloves and allowed another run to get in for the Valley League.
And what has been a trend of all season is very important NBA trades happening on the broadcast, as this one will catch the head of Caden Haywood. He didn't lean into it per se, but he certainly did not get far enough away from it. He's taken 7 hit-by pitches this season. He's not afraid of it at all. And that would be 8 if this was a regular ball game, but another base runner on as Conlon Taylor continues to struggle, and we'll have a meeting at the mound of what will be a difficult spot right now. But a 6-team NBA trade just happened where Chris Middleton got sent. That is the 5th time a main NBA trade or an NBA superstar has been traded on the broadcast. And Giannis happened on the broadcast right at the end.
Yeah.
We had the Jaylen Brown trade happen on the broadcast right beforehand. So that one not as big as those two, but no Paul George this time.
No Paul George this time, and NBA is making big moves all over the place to every team kind of.
I tend to enjoy the NBA All-Star or off-season more than I do the actual season and playoffs. So it's been nice. I get the best part of baseball, which is the actual game, and I get the best part of the NBA for me, which is the off-season, because I love to see guys in New Jerseys as James Green to the plate, Presbyterian College, as he hits this one high, deep to right field. It's going to be right at the wall. He leaps. Can't get it, but it stays in the ballpark. Off the carom from the Hank Greenberg plate on that wall. The retired number is able to keep that ball in a rough bounce. So he gets a RBI triple or an RBI single, excuse me, as the teammate goes into third. He was almost to second, came all the way back, thinking it may have been caught. And a 7-3 lead for the Valley League.
Well, that hit only needed a little bit more in order to take it all the way out of the park. Not quite enough, and the right fielder there keeps it in off his glove. It hits off the top of the fence.
So in now it'll be Shintaro, Inoue. Kansas State University out of Yamaguchi, Japan. 4 years ago he left the southern Japanese coastal city to the Rocky Mountain border town of Scottsbluff, Nebraska. He helped Kansas State to a tournament run in 2025 as well. He has had quite a long journey, adjacent to somebody who actually made history in the exact same way, being a Japanese player to play high school ball there and come over to the States to play JUCO, then university. Riku Nishida was the first ever Japanese player to do that, or actually first ever international-born player to do that and make the majors earlier this season. Very similar for Shintaro Inoue. Played a good year last year at Kansas State and a great year for the Cannons. He's going into his senior year. He's draft eligible as well, and there is a chance he'll get picked, but he's had a very good year in those 2 years for Kansas State.
Yeah, really great story, and just you love to see the game growing on the international level as well.
0-2 for Inoue. He hits this one deep to right field. It's going to be a tough one to get to, and if it was fair, it was a home run, but it is foul. As Inoue's bat breaks, he's ahead of a fastball. The lefty destroyed that.
Yeah, he really got all that one and showed right away why this guy is someone to watch for, as he is looking to get himself in the league sometime soon.
5'8", 195. He's got a great power build. He's got a lot of energy in his legs. In order to hit a ball at that height, you have to have a lot of strength. And he went deep already 3 times this season, 8 last year for the Kansas State squad. Wildcats have been dealing with some issues on the baseball side after a tournament run in 2025. Had a bit of a difficult year in 2026 as the 0-2 misses and Springmeyer will pump fake. James Green will get the steal as they have runners now on second and third for Taylor. Actually played in the Cape Cod League as well last year. Was a runner-up with Harwich in 2025. So it takes a lot, I think, for a guy to come all the way from Japan to the States, and especially just the difference of a coastal city like Yamaguchi to then Scottsbluff, Nebraska, and the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. I mean, it is an incredible story. Something I'll definitely be keeping up for Inouye, and it's part of what makes this contest so great. You get to know all about guys from the other league. 2-2 count, misses outside. Inouye, member of the runner-ups last year as well for the Cannons. Did not play all of his games there, but Percival in second right now on the north side of the league. 2-2 count. Taylor delivers, and a swing and a miss. Inouye under a chin-level fastball, and he strikes out. As a second out now finally collected for Taylor. It'll bring up the likes of Dromboski, who had a single that brought in 2 runs before he was promptly caught at I believe he started this inning.
Dromboski plays at Stony Brook University, and for the Valley League, plays for the Front Royal Cardinals.
First pitch in there from Taylor. Dromboski, a member of the Seawolves, one of the best mascots, I think, in all of D1 sports.
That's pretty great.
0-1 is kind of fouled off the plate. Was an all-CAA honorable mention last year. He had a great year for the Seawolves. He's having a great year for the Cardinals at a .500 slug percentage. No homers, 7 doubles, a triple, 27 hits on the season. For Stony Brook, he had a .940 OPS in the CAA as that one misses outside.
A little bit of a doubles specialist, you'd say, here for the Front Royal Cardinals. And Valley League would love to grab another double here that could bring in another run and extend their lead further, as they're up 4 now in the bottom of the 6th.
2 3-run innings in a row, a 7-3 lead you mentioned. 10 hits to 8, and it's just been a bit slow on the batting side since the second inning for Cal Ripken Senior League All-Stars. As this one is a line drive into right, it's going to get down for extra bases. Dromboski will have that double that he wanted earlier, as he'll have it standing. 2 runners will score, and it is 9-3. The Valley League is blowing by the Cal Ripken Senior squad right now.
Yeah, Dromboski saw all that pitch and let it rip and ran the bases quickly. He gets into second standing and does exactly what we thought he might. Stand-up double with an RBI there for Dromboski.
So, yes, the Aces manager, coming out to take the likes of Taylor out of this ball game. Tough outing for him. It happens. Valley League very good tonight. They've got it going as now 2 for 2 with 4 RBIs. Dromboski over there at second. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Senior League All-Star Network. So it's Christian Dre, the likes right-hander from Silver Spring, Tacoma. One of the bright spots in a pretty bleak season so far. He's got himself a pretty good ERA this season through 14 innings pitched. Got a right-hander out. 6'5", 200-pound right-hander out of the University of Richmond. The Spider uses the length on one of his 8 arms to do a pretty good job on the mound, my friend.
Yeah, and he's been a bright spot, as you said, for the Thunderbolts, who have had an up-and-down season. Obviously been a tough first season. They had quite a few injuries, lost a couple players, but have come back and still shown some fight and beaten some of the top teams in the league as well. So they have not gone away, even after not the season they would have wanted from the start.
So now in the box, it is Abriel Delgado for the Valley League. The Jacksonville member will watch a pitch go by. He's actually seen some Cal Ripken Sr. League teammates already today. We've had the likes of Logan Hartman pitch. One Jacksonville University player here, but plenty in this league. As Hartman did have a good inning in the top of the 4th. Lead Ali of the only Crop Dusters there as a 2-0 count.
Yeah, lots of Dolphins in this league from Jacksonville, so familiar faces all around.
2-0 on the Cal Ripken Senior League's 9-3 trailing of the Valley League on the Cal Ripken Senior League All-Star Game, where we're taking on the Valley League. Delgado of the Woodstock River Bandits. They sit in that playoff conversation, 5th in their division. I think need to get 4th. 3-0. Only 9 games left in their young season, but a lot of parity going on in the north over there, and they will have very close, similar to our south. But for us, the divisions do not matter for playoff placement. You're playing a 8-team bracket, or 6-team, depending on the outcome of the year. If every team plays, I believe, all their games, it'll be 6-team. If they don't, it'll be 8 teams. 3-1. The righty delivers. This one, line to the left. Kind of saw it off. Bloop territory. It gets down, but foul. Big break here for the new man on the mound out of the Thunderbolts side.
Yeah, that one was in the exact spot to get down right between the 3 players. Shortstop, the third baseman, and the left fielder for the Ripken League all made a play on it, but none of them able to get there in time as it does drift just the other side of the left side foul line.
So Dre, now a payoff pitch, a runner on second, and a sticky situation with a 9-3 lead for the Valley League here. Abriel Delgado entering his senior year at Jacksonville. Three-two. Outside, and he walked him on payoff. Delgado walks. He's been very good at that this season with a 443 OBP. That most of it is generated on those walks, as Valley League will have another opportunity for Julian Braga, one of 3 Florida Southwestern products on this all-star team. Braga, a left-handed batter, righty catcher, obviously. The Port Orange, Florida native, has had a hit already. So runner at first and second. Here comes Drake. Kind of half swing, strike anyway, and good pitch on the inside part of the plate. Thank you very much for watching here, as we've had the lucky opportunity to be the broadcasters for the Cal Ripken Senior League. I'm Carson Cass with Zach Lewis alongside me. We appreciate everything you've done producing tonight, and with an equally all-star crew. We've had guests as well as our producer Becca, who helps us a lot with making us look as good, making this broadcast look as good as it's been this season and in the booth tonight. Had Tim Kirkjian, had Ali. That'll be the only guest we have tonight. But 1-1 for the lefty now in the box, as Dre will get in there. It's a good fastball in the upper portion of the plate, and now a 1-2 count. Braga didn't like that.
Yeah, I wasn't too happy with that call, but does just find the corner piece of the zone. Need some more strikeouts here for Ripken League, that the pitching has kind of gone a little bit awry. Players probably tired from quite a few games that they've had to participate in recently.
1-2, it's sawed off foul, and he'll stay alive in the box. Braga only 18 hits on the year, but he's had a lot of slug. 7 doubles, 1 triple, and 5 RBIs. And the issue has been he is a 3-throw outcomes catcher at 5'11", 200. It's not too often you see a guy like that. 27 strikeouts on the year, which is more than anyone in the Cal Ripken Sr. League. Pitching is been a lot better in the Valley League, though. As the 1-2 check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3, and Dre helps them out of the inning as Silver Spring Tacoma's lone pitcher all-star has done a great job there. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube as the Valley League will try and defend a 6-run lead. Welcome back here to the Cal Ripken Senior League All-Star Game, where they take on the Valley League in a All-Star v. All-Star lineup. Evan Allwine back on the mound. He'll try and take a sip, keep a pretty glass-breaking offense silent, as it'll be Landon Springmeyer back in the box. Ryan Booma, his teammate, as he did not like my pun. Zach Lewis did not, and I'm Carson Cass.
I never said that.
So, talked a little bit earlier. Thank you, by the way. You've been seeing some of these during the breaks. To Jacob Gold of the Ripken Report, who've had some interviews pregame. I forgot to mention them that they were happening during the ball game, but they've been very fun to listen to. Got some trivia as well here. I'll answer it quickly, but the Cal Ripken Senior League has had 20 people inducted into this Cal Ripken Senior League Hall of Fame, something a fan got right earlier and was given a pretty calm and nice t-shirt from the Big Train as the 1-1 misses inside. Booma nearly takes a big pitch to the chest, but also, you might know this one, because we actually had to, recite it during our training here for the Big Train, because we are the Big Train broadcasters. Who leads the Cal Ripken Senior League all-time home run record in a season?
Oh.
His number is retired, and it is number 11. He was drafted, I believe, by the Padres? Half swing. I'm going to check that, as he did go, so a 3-2 count now. Booma working full.
The name is not really coming up to me right now.
It is Hunter Renfroe.
Ah, yes.
That's a name that is interesting because this one in the air to right on the payoff 3-2. It's caught. Ooh, bobble over there, actually, and he gets it, but bounced it up. Reminds me of Tim Anderson that one time. Does get it, and that is an out there as TJ Gramesty, the new addition to the All-Star roster, who I think definitely should have made the first. The Big Train catcher playing the outfield as well, and as an outfielder, as they will take out the likes of Evan Allwine. But you were saying very quickly.
Well, Renfroe has been probably the best alumni that we've seen from the Big Train. And
34 years old, and not to be confused with the wide receiver Hunter Renfroe. But it'll be a new man on the mound. We'll be right back here on the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube. Hello and welcome back. Matthew Rios going to be the man selected out of Miami, Florida. He's actually the teammate of Brennan Wright, the starting second baseman of the All-Star team, who was then subbed off. But pretty good day for him. We're all around.
Rios plays for the front Royal Cardinals in the Valley League. Has started 4 games with them, played in 6. 22 strikeouts on his just 6 games, so really great return there, and a low whip with a 1.23 as well. So a long list of pitchers that have kind of had incredible seasons in this Valley League so far.
TJ Gramesty, the big train catcher, in 1-1. That one missed outside. I talked about him right before the break, but freshman in 2025 took a redshirt season. 2026, he was quite good. Had a pretty good solid year for the Florida Atlantic Owls, which they have some teammates on the other side, but South Alabama pitcher on the mound, not his teammate, of course. They'll be playing, though, pretty frequently. They do have a series, FAU, South Alabama, next season. 2-1, righty delivers, and Gramesty, a big swing and a miss, knocks his elbow guard off.
He decides to go without it now. He in danger of taking a pitch to the elbow, but he doesn't care. He's in there and scrappy, ready for the next pitch. 2-2.
Rios, a 2.21 ERA, you mentioned, with the Front Row Cardinals. 1-2 record on the year tells you having a difficult season as the 2-2 called. Strike on the inside corner. Gramesty not happy, but I think he kind of knew it. Very loud and personable character guy. You love to have him on your team. Hate him if he's not, because boy is he good behind the dish, boy is he good in the outfield, and boy is he good at making you mad. It is a talent for him, as that'll bring up another pinch hitter. As we've gone through the whole lineup, we're going to go through it again differently. Jack Warner will be the man here. We won't go through the whole lineup, but the whole lineup will be different now, as Warner an ace this season, 1 of 3 selected. No pitchers, but all position players. Very well deserved, though. 976 OPS this season.
Jack Warner has been very good in the games he's played for the Aces. Played in 20 of them there and brought in 10 RBI and 2 home runs as well on his season. So a good return from him has been a spark in this Aces team.
2-0. Good hitters count. Warner, a interesting batter. He kind of holds his bat out and sets as the pitcher comes set, as he pops this one up and down the infield, back towards us, into the seats, and it'll get down right off the merch table, actually. So a 2-1 count to Jack Warner. 4-year letter winner, as the first ever in his high school's history at Kettle Run out of Bellevue, Pennsylvania. Going to Penn, he is a Quaker. 1 of 2 on the Aces as the 2-1 right up the middle. Hot shot collected, and a great play as it goes over to first. Really hard one to handle, but he does. The missile from Rios, his own flamethrower, on the other hand, not needed there. As we'll be right back. 9-3, the Valley League leading the Big Train The Richmond Spider back on the mound out of Silver Spring, Tacoma. Christian Dre, McLean, Virginia native, where the Aces actually play, but he's a member of Silver Spring, Tacoma, of course. I'm Carson Cass in the booth with Zach Lewis. Thank you very much for joining us for this All-Star game. The Valley League taking on the Cal Ripken Sr. League. It's been a fun one, as they themselves will have a new man, the same man in the box second time for Ty Powell this time up. New man behind him. We'll talk about him when he gets up there. 9-3 lead for the Valley League, as Trey will step off for a quick moment. Get back on before the pitch clock goes for the Richmond Spider. Using one of his 8 arms to deliver pretty good fastballs for the Thunderbolts. Ground ball up the middle. Second baseman collects over to first, and it's a great play on that one from the likes of Alejandro Vasquez, or excuse me, Robert Kelly. Still dealing with these new numbers. Hats can't see as far as they're hoping, and the Aces, Metro South County, and Senators hats all look the same, and they all have a middle infielder among them. So,
yeah, it is kind of a jumble of new numbers and hats and all sort of things in an All-Star game. Kind of what makes an All-Star game fun.
that one just outside to the Valley League All-Star. The pinch hitting of Sam Brown, Gulf State College. He's actually entering his sophomore year. 6 feet, 230-pound left-handed hitter, as has been literally feels like the entire lineup tonight. And I think that's part of the reason the Valley League is hitting so well, is they've brought so many lefties against a very righty-heavy lineup that doesn't see this many lefties day to day. And I mean, all the righties have been subbed out. It's only the left side here.
Well, Valley League getting to win it now, and they have some history of being kind of the underdogs in this match here against the Ripken League. And as you said, I mean, these lefty batters have been doing a lot of damage to the mostly right-handing staff of the Ripken League.
So 2-1 count to Sam Brown. Gulf Coast College player joins another, and I believe a catcher in the Southern Maryland side. As a Gulf Coast member, first baseman is hitting 389 with a 1.273.
He has 26 RBIs this season in 22 games.
Fantastic work all around. 17 strikeouts, 28 hits, and I mean, that slug is 772. He's got 6 doubles and 6 homers and a 3-2 count. He'll be looking for something to hit from Dre, who I think his day may end soon. We'll have to see, though. Full count to Sam Brown, Waverly Hills, Georgia native, hoping to find something to bite into. Big swing and a miss. Dre got him. Good fastball, just beats him on the inside corner, so it'll be a strikeout for the second out of this inning, and things going well again for this side, as that will be the day for the likes of Christian Dre. I'm Carson Cass with Zach Lewis in this booth. We will be right back, as it'll be a pitching change for Dre, who had a good outing. For the Valley League, they will have to face the likes, of Sean Williams, the only giant in the pitching staff here tonight. 6'2", 205 out of Millersville, Maryland. Zach, Tell me about this Gaithersburg man.
Yeah, he's not been a guy used too much, but when he does, he's been incredibly effective. 12 strikeouts in only 6 games played, 8 innings pitched, so just kind of incredible numbers. Has not seen the mound too much, but anytime he's on, he's causing damage for the batters.
Yeah, only 8 innings. His last 3 appearances, starts, they were openers, so he's a bullpen arm pretty much. Out of Gaston now, he's in the portal at this current moment. First year at Penn State, had a 1.8 ERA in 5 innings pitched, and then he went to Gaston where he put up a 7.94 ERA as a bullpen arm. He did not have the best season there, but he's got some great stuff, and he's shown it this year. First pitch in there to one of the few righties in this entire roster for the Valley League, Connor Worth. James Madison last season, he's in the portal, was teammates in the same class as Will Hack, the big train center fielder, is the 0-1 now coming. Cal Ripken Sr. League is down 9-3, and the bat thrown, and not the first time this has actually happened at Shirley Povich Field by an away ball club.
No, and obviously there's still a good amount of humidity in the air right now and can lead to some sweat and other things, causing a little bit of slippage issues. That bat does go flying over the left side. Get some pine tar for his bat there, and step up as he is already down 0-2 in the count.
An absolute tomahawk, as it's kind of hard to hit a ball when it is flying out of the bat is flying out of your hands, and he's unable to do so there, but pretty good day so far for him. He's already laid a hit down. Connor Worth this season, a .819 OPS, 25 RBIs to his name as well, 13 stolen bases, and has been a good piece in the middle infield for this Woodstock River Bandits squad of the Valley League. 0-2. Righty delivers, and big swing and a miss. Good strikeout for the third out of the inning, as only 3 pitches required for Taylor to leave this thing where it is, at least. Excuse me, for Williams to leave this thing where it is. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube as they trail 9-3. They'll try and get the bats going in the Welcome back to the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube. It is the likes of another Tom Sox pitcher, Brandon Dahlman at Liberty University. Reliever this season, he's been very good. 7 games. And he has had 19 innings pitched, .93 ERA, and with that whip, Zach, that is a very good whip.
I mean, that's incredible. .57 is just somewhat unheard of. 37 strikeouts.
Good
he
golly.
has heat on his arm.
Hitters, 6 hits against him in 19 innings of work. He's allowed 7 free passes total. As the fan favorite Emilio Gonzalez, reigning Triple Crown winner, found his first homer of the season, and only on Friday. On this All-Star team, the designated hitter, not the starter tonight, but has been very good this season. An opportunity to face Brandon Dahlman. Righty delivers, and that is a pitch outside. He has been fantastic. Cal Ripken Senior League down 3-9 to the Valley League. History in early 2000s to the late 2000s had the Valley League getting beat a lot by this other side of the Cal Ripken Senior League, but more even now. A 9-3 lead pretty much attributes to that. It is baseball, though. Anybody can win on any given day, as we are kind of rooting for our guys, but it is an all-star game. We're just rooting for the stories that we see here from players. Good pitch from Dolman.
Whoa. I mean, that one is a nasty moving ball in the zone. Still keeps a good amount of heat on it, even with its movement. Count 1-2 to Gonzalez. You have to say this is quite the all-star battle here.
23 and 22. He spent at Queens University of Charlotte, so played some D2 ball there, 22 relief appearances, and 2024 he came to Liberty. Charlottesville Tom Sox have seen a lot of him, and so has Liberty. 25 he missed due to injury, so he's got a redshirt year, but that one is swinging a miss, and down goes Gonzalez. And that is the strikeout stuff we're seeing. Blows a fastball by Gonzo.
And that ball looking to probably reach 90 in the zone there. He has quite the arm on him, and the resume for it, as he has just struck out batters left and right all this season across the Valley League.
Number 30, it's Hunter White, the pinch hitter from the Aces, West Liberty University player. He actually earned the 2026 MAC Baseball First Team All-Conference Player Award with a 1,100 OPS. As that's a half swing. Did he go? No, he didn't. 2-0 count from the Tom Sox righty. As White, 888 OPS on the season, has homered twice. Brought in 19 runs for the Aces, kind of struggling to stay right afloat, dueling with the Braves for a playoff spot. The final one, if all the games are played, I believe, with 6 teams making the playoffs. All-Star game, everybody makes it. At least one player, as that one's fouled off. Dolman, a Chesapeake, Virginia native on the mound still, obviously. Right-hander's got some great strikeout stuff. 2-1. Oof. Fastball outside.
Well, we were lucky here to have avoided another rainstorm that blew through the area, but it just drifted low enough in the system that it did not affect our play here, and we're lucky to be able to play our full all-star game here at Shirley Povich Field in Bethesda, Maryland.
White, coming into this thing, was a kind of a no-brainer all-star selection with how much he's helped the Aces. 3-1, he hacks at a fastball. Nowhere close. Very much beat him, and he's going to have to tune up to that thing soon. West Liberty player, but he actually spent a year at Indiana, Pennsylvania. 3-2. Just on the inside, and Hunter White struck out looking. The Tom Sox right-hander has just been cooking. Dolman, a arm to watch out for. I mean, he had a tough year at Liberty out of the bullpen. They would love to see a guy in this state and form. I mean, 19 innings pitched this year, you mentioned, at .93 ERA. I'm reiterating it. I know we've already talked about it. .57 whip. The guy has just been lights out.
I mean, it feels impossible to earn anything against him, let alone a hit.
It's been a wipeout. First pitch sawed off to the left side to the other ace in this lineup, or the other Metro South County Brave in this lineup now, the Lawrence Township, New Jersey native Robert Kelly out of Monmouth. The Hawks have seen a pretty good hitter altogether this season. Didn't do that well, unfortunately, for the Hawks last season in some appearances, but I'll definitely get more on a 967 OPS season. 25 RBIs is the, I believe, league lead in the Cal Ripken Senior League. 10 strikeouts, 35 hits, 6 doubles. Keep in mind, a lot of these stats are different because the Valley League has played a few more games. We've played a lot more 7-inning games than them. 0-2, inside. High heat, and he nearly got him, but Robert Kelly staves off.
The Maryland summers and Northern Virginia are typical for lots of pop-up thunderstorms, especially in the high heat. So the games having to be rescheduled or canceled, moved to 7 innings across the league so far this season.
This Monday, you and Becca were on the call. That is the first day we had since the 9 innings, as we've been selected as the All-Star booth here. And I'm very thankful that you guys are watching. I hope you are enjoying our coverage of the Cal Ripken Senior League taking on the Valley League as that one misses 3 straight balls. We have definitely enjoyed it. Had Tim Kirkchin on the broadcast earlier, Ali of Olney, and some work from the Ripken Report's own Jacob Gold playing between innings. So thank you for everyone who contributed. A very big thank you to our back-of-house staff. 3-2, ground ball left side, foul. I'm Carson Cass with Zach Lewis, and as this game is winding down, just very thankful to have made it to this ballpark tonight and the effort that went in for everybody in a summer ball season.
Well, we had interns coming in on an off day yesterday, coming in and weeding the ballpark, and just a huge effort from everybody here involved with this park and this league to make this happen. I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be here for it and be a part of it tonight.
Another payoff pitch misses, and Robert Kelly will walk. Difficult there as the Tom Sox right-hander will have a little bit more to go. It's been very good, obviously. They'll trust Dahlman to continue this. It'll be a teammate of the man who went down second here, Hunter White. It's his teammate Pazak, the catcher, one of the catcher selections tonight. Been very good this season. Pazak, another Penn Quaker. 2 Penn Quakers in the All-Star lineup. Ooh, half swing kind of got him. If he didn't go, he didn't. It is a hit by pitch. And they will conversate this because if it went off the bat, it's a foul ball. The swing didn't really matter unless it had hit him. And if it had hit him, that's a walk. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, it looks like that, I believe, will be called a walk.
Foul tip. No? Okay.
Hit by pitch.
He signaled foul tip partially, which is the same signal for hit by pitch when you are not behind the plate. Interesting there, as baseball is a fun game. I always forget about that little quirk, but you always forget the hand motions because the important calls are always said out loud now. So
yeah.
Pazak over to first, leads the league in the hit by pitch to walk ratio at 7-10, and he is not afraid to get into one. The 6'2", Round Rock, Texas native, one of many Texas natives in the Ivy League in the Cal Ripken Senior League, as his teammate Daniel McInness, another ace out of Eastern Mennonite, designated hitting in this lineup, will be very good this season and will have a great chance at it, even though he's a little cold as of late.
Big opportunity for the Ripken League to cut into this lead, have 2 runners on base now. Need to find a hit here with 2 outs, down 6 to the Valley League.
It's an 0-2 count. McInness trying not to get struck out like the rest of the other 2 outs here. 0-2. Just a bit low. And a call that goes the way of the man in the box, McInness. He's got a bright pink bat. And I think I'd call that sea green on his sleeves and his bat, or in his gloves. The color of Eastern Mennonite. A bit lighter blue for them, but 1-2. Dahlman delivers, and it's popped up on the infield, ranging to his right as the first baseman and second baseman of the Valley League, and a great catch on their side. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Senior League All-Star Game. 9-3, we head to the top of the 8th, and it is a 6-run lead they'll try and add on to. Sean Williams back on the mound. He has got some absolute trousers on. The Gaithersburg home uniform is yellow, and unfortunately, he is wearing those yellow pants instead of the blues that they have in theirs away. As the jerseys were a surprise for the players who made the All-Star team, and he just it's a typical All-Star game look.
It's a look.
It looks like he has khakis on out there.
It does. Shiny gold khakis.
It matches the jeans of Olney.
We got khakis and jeans for baseball pants today.
Wow. So the only crop dusters do have actually a jeans-fitted uniform. If you are a Valley League fan watching tonight, I'd love if you looked that up because it is hilarious. They run a jersey pattern that is quite literally looks like a set of pants and overalls, or shirt and overalls, excuse me. 0-1. Sawed-off foul, and now an 0-2 count as Sean Williams, who struck out at the last batter in 3 pitches, will have the Valley League's express designated hitting member Caden Haywood out of Western Carolina in. He's been in the whole game. Catamount is one of a few here making an all-star appearance in the Valley League. 0-2. This one fouled off a bit ahead now, or closer to ahead of the fastball from the righty in the box.
Haywood stays alive there on an 0-2 count, able to foul that one back.
Ooh, and it hit him. Caught the stomach of Caden Haywood and throw his stuff off and walk it off. Caden Haywood, 7 hit-by pitchers in the league of the Valley, as he's got 2 tonight, unfortunately, taken. James Green, Presbyterian College Blue Hose, back into this thing tonight. 349 average on the season, 986 OPS. He's been very good. 311 average last season, led at Presbyterian College. As he was very good there. Spent 24 and 25 as a Lewisburg Community College member. Led the team in batting average, OBP, stolen bases. He tied with a teammate Moody and finished second on the team in runs, doubles, walks, and hit by pitches, and third in hits in OPS. Very good year for Presbyterian as he misses the 1-0. Got a lot of power in that bat as well. He had 21 home runs in a season at Lewisburg Community College. One now from Williams. It's a good fastball on the outside corner.
Yeah, really nice location for that one. Definitely one that you hesitate to swing at, and once you do, you realize that that one was just in the zone. And earning himself here for Sean Williams ahead in the count.
Fouled this one off, so he survives on the 1-2. It's a pull hitting lineup, tonight. Green, one of a lot of lefties. There's only 3 righties on this entire All-Star squad for the Valley League in the position player department. 1-2, and he fouls one off. Is not caught. And a good swing to stay alive once again. He has actually not struck out in 22 games in the Valley League.
Very impressive.
30 hits. 3 homers. 535 slug for a guy who has got pretty much a spark plug moniker in this lineup. The 1-2 now. Outside, a little bit high. A pulchrituitous night here in Bethesda as we host the Valley League All-Stars at Shirley Povich Field. I'm Carson Cass with Zach Lewis. We are the Big Train broadcast crew and selected to have the honor of calling tonight's game. 9-3 Valley League right now. 2-2. Ground ball up the right side. Going to have to be a jump from Haywood. Tough play for Green, and he's able to get there. And the second baseman, just a fantastic play from Kelly, who's done a great job all season. Makes up a middle infield at the Braves, which has Christopher Crease Jr. in it normally. They make up a New Jersey pairing in the middle infield that have hit very well. He the better one. As be to the plate now, second time around for Shintaro Inoue, the Japan-born lefty. Kansas State for 2 seasons. He's going into his grad year. Draft eligible and a draft prospect for sure.
Yeah, in a way, showing his power off his bat in the last at bat. Did end up striking out, but not before he took one all the way to the back of the park. Would have been out if it didn't drift just foul on the right side.
Shintaro just finished his senior season at Kansas State for the Wildcats. Did not have as good a year as he did the year prior, but it was just super similar. So pretty much back-to-back years with the same year. Went to Takawagakukan High School. Practiced that before the broadcast. 2-0 count.
Very well done.
Out of Yamaguchi, Japan. Southern coastal city of the main island. Before they enter the Kanto region. 2-0. Ratty delivers on the mound and missed inside. Valley League leading this one 9-3. Coached pretty well tonight by Mike Guina, the head manager, Jay Causey, George Lassie, Kristen Rodriguez, Luke Kaser, and Hunter Kahn Beck, the coaching staff for them, as the 3-0 now on miss. In the standings, Winchester leading the North with Purcellville, the Inoue's team. A game back. Newmarket Rebels there, Strasburg Express following them. Woodstock Riverbrand is the front Royal Cardinals, all of them within 5 games of each other, as this one is hit into left field, tailing back on it. It's going to be down out in front of the wall. It's going to get out. Ground rule double for Inoue as he continues a great season hitting in his league or not. He's got his first hit of the ball game and a double to get another run across, 10-3.
Inoue certainly has the power to take it out, and that one does get out of the park, but not quite without taking a bounce inside of it, so he will have a double based on rules there, but he does drive in a run with that double. Lead now 10-3 for the Valley League.
Excuse me, I apologize. You used the word pulchrituinous earlier. I think that was a very good moniker. That was a low breaking ball on the outside portion, which he just takes oppo, line into left, and had a double. So good on him. That is a fantastic hit from Inoue.
Yeah, I mean, and players who are able to hit off change-ups, often players good at generating a lot of their own power in their swing.
Inoue definitely no stranger to power this season. He's not slugging great in terms of, I guess, hit to average ratio. If you consider, 6 doubles, 3 home runs, and 40 RBIs to be a bad season, I would not at all. But Inoue is leading the league in RBIs and the Valley League. Would have more than anybody else here as they played more games and more innings. 7-inning game for last week. Keep in mind for everybody in the Cal Ripken Sr. League. Williams delivers righty, and this one fouled left side. Inoue trying to join Riku Nishida as the only player to be drafted as a Japanese-born high school player who played college in the States. Nishida at AAA right now, playing, I guess, in the same lineup as the returning Munetaka Murakami for the White Sox in his rehab assignment. 0-1. Williams, righty delivers, and that one is just low.
Williams has to find some answers to this Valley League squad who has had their big players, I would say, step up in the moments, and that's kind of been the difference between these two teams. Some of the biggest players in the Cal Ripken League have maybe just had an off day or been a little exhausted by their season and haven't had their best day, while the big players for the Valley League have definitely stepped up and showed out.
2-1. Front Royal Cardinal Nicholas Trombrowski with 4 RBIs tonight. 2 for 2, a single and a double. Tried to turn that single into a double earlier, and he got caught. He's got a runner in away at second. 10-3 lead for the Valley League. (3-1) from Williams. In there, it's a good pitch. He knew it.
Good job by Sean Williams to fight back in that one. Full count now, payoff pitch.
Williams delivers, and it's fouled back, so they stay alive a little bit longer and dance a little bit longer. You know, I guess while we're talking about it, Cal Ripken Sr. League has got some pretty interesting alumni. Brad Marcelino, a big train player in 2002, ended up being a minor league hitting instructor for the Diamondbacks for some time and is still there now. And also working a very big international gig. He coaches Great Britain's national team in the WBC. He was there last season.
Yeah, several Cal Ripken League alumni still very involved with the MLB in lots of capacities, and head coach of an international team as well there. So really big things for him.
Some other alumni, as that is a walk from Williams. Drew Strotman, a right-handed pitcher, is actually pitching in the Mexican League. Tecolotoes de los Dos Laredos. I hope I did not botch that. I apologize because I did. Taking his veteran presence. He's very much the older guys here. He is a inning eater in the Mexican League and one of the best relievers in the Mexican League, as that will be the day for Williams. He had a very good season so far, and nothing to hang your head at. Starter has not had too many innings. It's actually his longest outing of the year. As we'll be right back. Left-hander Gavin Elliott out of Marymount University, for the Braves. This season he's representing them in the All-Stars, one of two Braves pitchers here tonight. Nodded with that All-Star. We saw Tommy Blackburn earlier. He will be one of the last arms, I believe, out of this bullpen. I think the only ones left are him and the likes of Landon Edwards.
Yeah, gone through pretty much the whole All-Star lineup for the Cal Ripken Sr. League. Elliott playing in 5 games. 3 of them started for the Metro South County Braves. He has 18 strikeouts in the season, as well as 24 innings, pitching an ERA of 2.63.
Pinch hitter in. It's the Valley League. It is one of their designated hitter representatives. The Korean-born Sungwon Jun at New Mexico Military Institute. He just graduated, looking for a new school, and boy, this guy is exciting. 2 home runs on the year, 20 hits, 23 RBIs, the designated hitting position. He is 6'3", 255, the South Korean. 2 years at New Mexico Military Institute, 2 great years, and 1,000 OPS. As that college has got some pretty interesting alumni.
Yeah, it does, I believe. Telling me before the game that that's where Owen Wilson went to school.
Yes, the voice of Lightning McQueen.
Ka-chow.
And Roger Staubach.
So, you know, normal couple of alumni.
I am very excited about that I found that. 1-2. And the righty misses, or lefty, excuse me, misses. Sungwon Jun, 21 games this season for the Cardinals. He leads them in RBIs with that 23 marker. 6 doubles, we mentioned earlier, 28 strikeouts. He's a 3 true outcomes kind of guy. He slugs a lot, walks a lot. Not too many singles as he misses on the 2-2 and goes down the very strikeout way. He'll be tailed by his Cardinals teammate, the likes, of Dominic Archila, the Wichita State Shocker.
Yeah, he's another one of the front row Cardinals on this team. A lot of them getting the all-star nod. He has 14 RBIs in his season, 15 games played with the Cardinals. An average of 302, so a really good player as well. 4 doubles, 1 triple, no home runs this season. So just been a really good all-around player for the Cardinals.
He's had some rough seasons in college previously after a great season for the Panola College Ponies in 2024. Redshirted at Texas Tech. As that's a big swing and a miss. Good pitch from Elliott. And Cal Ripken All-Stars have got some serious arms. Gavin Elliott, 2.63 ERA we talked about. 19 hits only given up. 1.29 whip. He has seen a lot of traffic, and he has handled it well out of a starter. 24 innings pitched leads the league as Archia spent his last season with a 471 OPS for those very Shockers of Wichita. No 2 misses. Waste pitch.
Mentioned jam work being important for several of these players. Metro South County team that found themselves in a jam in quite a few instances this season, so they definitely need players that can come in and deliver when that is the case. The ball is fouled off. Count stays at 1-2.
One-two count, you mentioned, just survives on that one for the Miami Gardens, Florida native. 1-2 count now. Elliott trying to deal with him. This one lined in the air. He kind of reaches out for one, but the right fielder will collect it for out 3. 10-3 lead for the Valley League as he retires. Elliott retires the last with Inouye stranded at second. We'll be right back on 10-3 on the Cal Ripken Senior League All-Star game. Hello and welcome back to the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube. I'm Carson Cass, joined by the likes of Zach Lewis on my left. Pretty good ball game tonight. 10-3 Valley League have been just dominant.
They have, and they've come up with the big hits and the big moments, and Ripken League has not been able to respond. Have not had a run since the bottom of the second inning. So looking to add on to it tonight. Here they have the bottom of the 8th and then the bottom of the 9th to do it.
An MLB record was set today, as we'll talk some about what's going on in the world in baseball. Tyler Tolbert is the first player in Major League Baseball history, yes, history, for 12 straight hits. 5 for 5 tonight against the Mets, 5 for 5 last night against the Phillies, and before that, 2 for 2 against the Phillies. 5 straight plate appearances, I believe, with hits. Or 12 straight plate appearances with hits. 1-1. Missed inside, and new man on the mound for the Valley League is Luke Godwin. Right-hander out of Anderson University for the Trojans at the D2 level last year in his first season in college ball at 3.26 ERA. Big wave on that one for the pinch hitting Nadav Macklin, Harut Israel, Team Israel infielder for some time, a 2026 All-Star, of course, and he is just killing the league right now. 2-2. He's been dominant, 415 average, 535 OBP, and a 547 slug. He is unbeatable at the plate. Paris Junior College. Wondering if he might have a formality of a junior college career, as that hits the hand, or the knob of the bat, excuse me, of Macklin in the hand, but it will be a foul ball.
Yeah, but foul ball, but definitely still a painful one as he shakes his hand out there. Gets part of his hand maybe a little bit, as well as kind of the action off the bat, stinging his hand a little bit. Full count.
Big wave, 3-2, and he got him. Macklin only striking out 7 times in 72 plate appearances this year, but the stuff from the Valley League's Luke Godwin, just too much. Greenwood, South Carolina, Anderson University. He has been pretty good out of the bullpen this year. I mentioned he had a .89 whip, 22 strikeouts, and a guy who just doesn't give up a lot of hits. You gotta be impressed with guys like him. Said he fell in love with baseball when he was 4. Loved the game, loved the grind, and now he's here excited to play in college when he signed with Anderson as a freshman. As a first pitch in there to missed. Second pitch in there, Booma, a strike.
Ryan Booma of the only crop dusters. And a big player for them so far this season.
Sawed-off grounder, foul.
4 home runs on the season for Booma. Was a slug of .516. He hits it hard when he gets a hold of it.
And he's been very good at the plate this season as he fouls the one, or excuse me, pops the 1-2 into the right side, and it'll be Haywood's ball. Apologies, that is not Haywood. He just got subbed out at first. He's now moved to the designated hitter position, or back to left. Sam Brown was over there at first, as TJ Gramisty will get a second chance at things. Struck out his first time up.
Gramercy not in his typical number 1 jersey tonight, as there's a quick mound visit.
Looks like that will be the day pretty quickly, as they're trying to get all as many pitchers as they can in here. Luke Godwin, a good two-batter outing, as it'll bring in a new man from the Braves.
Welcome back to the Cal Ripken Sr. League All-Star game here against the Valley League. We have a new pitcher on the mound. It is Ethan Plesser out of Longwood University. He's a Lancer and also pitches for the Stoughton Braves out of the Valley League.
Make sure you follow us on the Cal Ripken social leagues at Ripken League. Most that are around. You got plenty of opportunities here on this YouTube channel with the Ripken. Just started raining, and I somehow hit me in the face. We're in a window. I was fairly impressive that hit me, but either way, the Ripken League, Ripken Report from Jacob Gold. You saw some of it earlier during the break, and really appreciate you guys watching here tonight. 10-3, bottom of the 8th. Lead is in possession of the Valley League, as that one, good pitch in there. Valley League this season coming to town for the first time against the Cal Ripken Senior League as Gramercy grounds one over to third, and it'll be a pretty good play. Yes, it will. 3 up, 3 down. Very quick appearance there for Ethan Plessler. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Senior League YouTube. Very good outing so far.
Welcome back to the Cal
I
Ripken
allow
Senior
you.
League. Welcome back. We're glad that you join tonight. Really thankful for everyone who made this opportunity possible tonight. And if you missed it, a long while ago now, but our first inning we had ESPN's great Tim Kirchin, a longtime baseball fanatic.
Baseball Hall of Famer Tim Kirchin. He was
Yes.
honored, and he talked about, I believe, being inducted there by, I think, Johnny Bench was the guy who spoke to him when he was inducted. I remember pretty rightly. I think that was it.
Yeah, I took him out onto the balcony, kind of
Yes. Yeah.
encouraged him to take it all in the moment. And
Good story, as no better way to be honored in the Baseball Hall of Fame than by the Big Red Machines catcher themselves, as that is a big wave at the second pitch. Kevin Elliott distributes to the likes of the Valley Leagues. Excuse me, Ty Powell. 2 years at Texas State, didn't play in either. Is a rising sophomore redshirt. Interesting to see.
last chance here for the Valley League to add on to their lead.
They might just. Liner in the left gets over the glove of Booma, and he will stop it first. Made the turn and wanted to get ahead of maybe a throw that may have gone wayward. As Gavin Elliott, the left-hander, 24 innings pitched, leads the league in those innings pitched, I believe. Very close second. Tommy Blackburn, who is a starter as well. The only man we haven't seen on is Landon Edwards, who I believe has pitched to recently. I think he pitched last night. 4 only. So it'll be Gavin Elliott likely. I've been Carson Cass, by the way, in the booth with the likes of Zach Lewis. We're the Big Train broadcasters, honored to be a part of this with our lovely producer, Becca, and our lovely staff around here, Sean McAvoy, Julian Payne, and all the other individuals who make the big train run. And the coal perhaps to this machine. 1-0.
Shout out to our operations managers who have put in a lot of extra work to make this game happen. Derek Oringer and Amanda Wynn.
They came in and cleaned yesterday, right?
Yeah, they did.
My one off day of July. Spent that enjoying the United States men's team, putting up a pretty United States men's team performance.
I don't know if you can call it enjoying, Carson. There was nothing enjoyable about that game.
Yeah, really. Yeah, really no.
Yeah.
Can't believe I wasted my one off day on that. But maybe there's hope in the future. On to 2030. 1-1. We're on to the ninth inning here. 10-3 lead for the Valley League, who have just been crushing it. Sam Brown batting right now. 1.273 OPS for the Strasburg Express. Fantastic season so far. He's walked 24 times, hit 28 of those, as 6 home runs leads the Express. Another train team. We can appreciate that.
You absolutely can.
2-1. He got a hold of a ball foul. Gulf Coast State College freshman last year, but up a 1.144 OPS. Very good year there. 13 homers, 47 RBIs, and only 219 plate appearances. 38 strikeouts. Was a very good player who walked more than he hit. 43 walks and 53 hits.
Had to dodge that one there as it was pitched pretty far inside from Gavin Elliott. Puts the man from the Express up to a full count here. Payoff pitch from Elliott.
Full count. Man at first. Hit well into right field. Elliott will watch as Sam Brown destroyed that thing. Strasburg Express feels right at home at the Big Train Stadium. Wow, he took that ball to Mars, and it's 12-3.
That is by far the furthest home run that we have seen hit in this ballpark this season, and it's not even close. That ball was absolutely roped out of here. Just got every ounce of that one.
I don't even know if that went that far because he hit a line drive. Wherever it landed, it was definitely nowhere near the base of the right field wall, right over the Bethesda Big Train 2011 National Championship banner. Long removed from then, as the Cal Ripken Sr. League has definitely become a lot different. A lot more even playing field in baseball now today, I think. D3 is so much closer to D1 baseball. We were talking about that with Tim Kirkchin earlier on the broadcast. Last year we had multiple Big Ten teams and multiple teams that are at the D1 level who got beat in a regular season game that counts as an exhibition for the D3 players, and a D1 team lost that game. And it's happened multiple times before. It is absurd to see. As this one hit well out into center, going to be a bloop territory. Ball won't get down an ice cream cone. What a play from Metro South County's very own Robert Kelly.
That is a great play, and he prevents another hit from getting down from this Valley League and does a really great slide in there and keeps the ball in the top portion of his glove.
Web Gem, I would have to say, as Max's Ice Cream in the building tonight. They've already left, but one of the best ice cream spots in the country. That'll be the day for Gavin Elliott. Looks like we will get one more arm here tonight. Unsure if that's going to be Landon Edwards. We think it is. We'll be right back on the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube. 12-3, the lead now. Walking out to Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. It's going to be the likes, of Landon Edwards. Left-handed pitching senior out of Maryland will have his last season of college there. He played last year as well at Maryland, was at Rowan College previously, trying to take advantage of a depleted staff and make a difference. Now as an all-star, 14 innings gone through, 4 starts. He has been spectacular. We've seen it ourselves.
Yeah, one of a couple crop dusters in this all-star team tonight. He's the last pitcher used by the Cal Ripken Sr. League tonight. He has played in only 4 games, but in those 4 games got 14 strikeouts, so been an incredible player for them so far.
Yeah, in an all-star game, we tend to talk a lot about the sport, but we also tend to talk about the sport's connections to other things. I have no way to segue this. I just want to introduce a question to a lot of fans. I think it's pretty interesting. I think the DH as Haywood is DHing tonight, or is listed as a DH, player on the all-star roster. Is he did swing, so dropped third strike. Thought he didn't, but Haywood did. I think the DH is not as good as the pitcher hitting.
I'm honestly in agreement with you there. I think
it's better. Keep in mind, I think it's better for the game. Like, as a whole, probably better for the state of baseball.
Well, yeah. I think, you definitely want baseball games to be more entertaining, and kind of allows both sides to specialize a little bit more, allow the pitchers to really take the time to hone their craft and become great and not have to worry about another side of the ball. But it does add such a fun element when you have your pitcher hitting as well.
One of my greatest memories as a baseball fan is watching, I think it had to have been Lance Lynn, I think it was, maybe Dylan Cease, White Sox pitcher. Sat with my father, who is watching. Hi, Dad. At the Brewers game, in a 3-run double, I think it was from Lance Lynn, won them the game, and the White Sox weren't that good at that time, so it was just a beautiful thing to see, and it was something that's very much, actually it might have been 2021, I think it might have been good at that time, but it was definitely a beautiful thing to remember. Is it's a 2-1 count, half swing, Green did go, so good pitch there from Landon Edwards. Lefty, one of only 2 lefties, this one a starter, joining the likes of Gavin Elliott on a 2-headed dragon. Has that one in there.
Nice job, and a couple pitches for Landon Edwards doing really a nice job at this at-bat. Getting the last strikeout, hoping to get one more as finish off his all-star appearance.
Fouled backwards into the seats on the left side of the ballpark. 2-2. First time in a while since the Shenandoah Valley League did not like the Cal Ripken Sr. League winning too much, as they ended up closing that series. We've got a new one here. Valley League coming up to play the Cal Ripken Sr. League. And not a beautiful night in terms of baseball for, I guess, if you're a huge Cal Ripken Sr. League team. But, gosh, it's been so fun to get to know the stories of players all around this league. From the Valley League, saw Sam Brown just demolish a homer. Guys like Dominic Archia and guys like James Green, who hits this one into right, might be extra bases. No, just a single. Doesn't get past the right fielder there. As another good story. Front Royal Cardinal, lefty batter at Presbyterian College. I mean, you don't hear a lot about schools like that. And for that South Carolina school, he's one of the best players there. Leading in major categories, second in almost every other category, third if he's not second in categories. And he's been very good this year. Obviously at the plate, he's never struck out this season. I mean, that's a guy who you just don't come across often. And speaking of great stories, double last time up, Shinoroto, Inoue, the lefty, out of Yamaguchi, Japan, and Kansas State playing there for the Wildcats. You don't get stories, I think, anywhere else like this, like you do in baseball, and even in the world's game, soccer. Like it's just different here, and that's beautiful to me. 0-1 to Inoue. Ooh, he has to get away from one in, as that one almost caught him in the stomach. The hit by pitch is not a fun experience at an All-Star game.
Well, I think something that makes the All-Star game a prime place to hear some of these stories is obviously the win-loss, and this doesn't matter as far as divisional and playoffs go, so you get to focus on hearing these players and what they're here for and why they're working so hard to hone their craft in summer ball this season.
Junior in 2025 helped lead a Kansas State team to a pretty good tournament appearance. Only player in Kansas State history to play 58 games. Started all 58 games for the Wildcats last season. Last season he started 57 games, 62 hits, 14 doubles, 6 home runs, 34 RBIs. Is very good. 2-1. Lefty delivers, and Landon Edwards is a good breaking ball that marks the count even at 2. In a way, doubled his last time up. And more history. As we mentioned earlier, the history for Tyler Tolbert, 2-2, and that one misses. Shohei Ohtani is the quickest player to reach 300 home runs in MLB history.
And if you follow the MLB, that one's probably not extremely surprising history to make, but
no.
I mean, absolutely an incredible player. Since he's gotten into the league, he has just proven to be something else and continue to break records.
He's an all-star.
You'd say so, probably.
3-2. Foul back into the netting. And a pretty good season so far on every side of things for everybody here. It's an all-star game, obviously, but, you know, you get a lot of stories. You get a lot of success stories, obviously, in an all-star game. So it's fun.
What we like to tell about the interesting and exciting and the great things that people are doing here in the sport. In a way, big swing at that one. That's a strikeout. Will end the inning for Cal Ripken League, as we will be back for the bottom of the ninth as they try and somehow make amends to this damage in the bottom of the ninth for the Cal Ripken Sr. League YouTube.
For the Aces, it's Jack Warner to start things off for the Cal Ripken Senior League All-Stars. So, 12-3, it's an uphill battle, to say the very least, but I'm Carson Cass, and Zach Lewis beside me. 15-8, the hit totals, 12-3, the run totals. Picturing field, Shirley Povich. So we've played tonight's ball game. Next year, hopefully, we'll go get one from the Valley League as the new pitcher just nailed the first batter he saw. Excuse me, not the new pitcher. Plesser, who got 3 pitches and an out last time, nails the ace.
Yeah, that one is a painful way to start off the bottom of the ninth there. Catches him near his elbow guard, but I don't think it hit it. I think it hit him square in his side of his arm there.
Emilio Gonzalez, second All-Star season for him in his third Big Train summer. You heard lots of summers. Cool girl summer? Nah. It's a big train summer.
It's a big train, son.
1-0 to Gonzalez. You've heard his. Sorry. That was not funny. I laughed at my own joke. That's really bad. Swings and misses at one. He hit his first home run. Golly. Last time out against the Crop Dusters that they saw each other was a tying home run. Zach Malvazio, who was earlier in this game, hit the winning home run for the Big Train, which gave them first in the entire Cal Ripken Sr. League. The standings as it goes in the bottom of the ninth here. 19-8 Bethesda, trailing them is only a game back. Behind them, 3 games back is Southern Maryland. Two-way tie for the 4th place spot, Alexandria and Metro South County, as below them, Gaithersburg and DC dueling that last playoff spot, as they are 2 games away from each other. It's 13-16 for the Giants, 10-17 for the Grays, and the Silver Spring Tacoma Thunderbolts are 7-20. Just due to that, the Big Train are actually, I think, in the playoffs if the Grays lose 2 more games. 1-2 misses inside and nearly hit another batter.
About 2 weeks away from end of the season.
End of the regular season.
End of the regular season, yes. Playoffs starting at the end of July for the Cal Ripken Senior League.
We'll be in some snazzy fits again at the end of the year. Getting a little tired. 10:30, folks. And for whatever reason,
Carson's got the giggles.
I got the giggles. 2-2. A lot of good baseball tonight. Very thankful for that. Just missed outside to Gonzalez, and quickly a full count. Runner on first. If you're going to get 9 runs back, you can't start with too many outs, and Gonzalez has a chance to keep the line moving, keep the ring of fire burning with Hunter White, the Aces first baseman, his teammate on first, on deck. 3-2. Gonzalez, worm burner up the middle, perfect double play ball. Great play from Inouye at short, and a spin and a twirl spin move. Gets him over at first. Web gems galore.
Well, that's a showy move that's definitely fit for an all-star game as he hits the 360 spin after making the tag at second and gets the out at first as well. We will see one more pitcher for this Valley League as we will take a brief break and come back for our final pitcher.
Not the Simpsons, but Lane Duff will have the mound here. Redshirt junior, southpaw out of James Madison University. The Duke will have the last out of the game.
Do you want to explain your intro, Carson?
Duff Beer is the beer in The Simpsons.
There you go.
Founded by H.K. Duff. Watched a lot of Simpsons recently. It's a good show to put on to work because, you don't have to pay attention to anything happening and you're still confused.
It's true.
One of 2 James Madison pitchers that made the All-Star team. 3 Dukes made this All-Star team in total. Both joining each other next year will be very fun to see. So I already saw the likes of Jonathan Stroker, earlier in the game, as Hunter White will have the plate. Duff last this season a 1.99 ERA, a 1.58 WHIP, and 29 hits allowed, but 33 strikeouts to his total. So starter will definitely have a lot more hits than his counterpart at the top of the strike totals in Brandon Dahlman, but not too
Definitely the opportunity to throw one pitch in this game. It's gone.
bad.
It's gone.
I like how you were so excited to say that.
I really was.
Yeah.
I really wanted to say it before he threw the
Yeah.
pitch.
Going right on the reel, opening clip. 1-0. What a moment. Wow.
What a moment.
What a moment. Excuse me, a little sniffly. 1-0. Line in the left. Hunter White has a hit just out of the glove of the third baseman for the Valley League. Going to be extra bases. Hunter White trying to extend it to 2, and the big man is aboard.
Well, a couple inches away from 2 pitches for Duff in this one. Instead, it's a double for Hunter White. He gets himself on the board in this all-star game. Always a nice feeling to get yourself an extra base hit while you're wearing an all-star jersey.
The ball game of all time happening in New York right now as the Mets are down 16-12 to the Royals. Forgot to bring the pitchers. 12-3 the lead. Pitching has been great for this side of the Valley League as they try and take the first win in this series, hopefully a long one. Hopefully one that my voice burgeons over for fun. Harrisonburg Turk. You know, what a name. That's probably one of the best names I've heard in a while in terms of fun and whimsy. It's definitely up there on the fun and whimsy scale.
Yeah, it definitely is. The mascot
Logo is absolutely on the fun and whimsy scale.
It's definitely fun and whimsy. It looks a little bit like if you printed out a cartoon turkey to draw.
Drive down the line foul for Robert Kelly. Saw that web gem of a play he had earlier. 1-1 down to their final out. The Valley League looking to extinguish things here at Shirley Povich Field, make the long drive worth it. One. Just in there. Second baseman for the Braves, standing 6'2", 195, is a New Jersey native for the Monmouth Hawks. Has been great. Now the 1-1. Just outside, Hunter White will go as no save to be made. And I think in an all-star game, you just get a little tired, especially. The humidity takes it out of you. Kind of drains your life of energy, and sometimes when you're overheating, and you know what, we wore suits today, so like, I don't know. A lot of fun and whimsy.
No, but we had a couple moments of overheating maybe here, but also some great moments of baseball and commentating as well. Grateful to be on the broadcast today. 2-2
ground ball, and this should do it. Inouye makes a great play on a bounce. I mean, that's a fantastic play. Goes a completely different direction. He corrects himself on the ricochet, and the Kansas State Wildcat has the final out of this ball game. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a great time. I've been Carson Cass in the booth with my cohort tonight, Zach Lewis. A lot of fun. Thank you very much for having us, and thank you very much for watching. Keep checking in on the Ripken Report here on socials and on the Cal Ripken YouTube. That's all for tonight. Have a great night.